Okay, so last time en route, you all left Muckbed Creek after meeting with the Viceroy, who had a wicked hairball. She promised you some coin. She gave you a bit of a payment. She promised you some coin and additional treasure and clout if you would bring whatever you found in the swamps of the swamps of Drakesmith, your next goal. And you all left, and then after stocking up in Gene O'Donnell's Riverfolk Company warehouse, and you made your way to Drakesmith. You know that this is an eerie-controlled clearing, so you needed a disguise, and of course, why not a ragtag band of people that don't know how to play instruments? So,
all right. What was my name?
Hold on. You were... Pug Floyd.
Pug Floyd, yep. And the rest. And
Adeli, and Froggy Stardust, and Everett.
You found your way to the inn of Two Old Cats. And it's there you heard about another cat, one of the brothers of the Laughlin brothers, who was actually a pelican. It was kind of weird. You heard that people were just catching on fire randomly and were dying terribly out on the sea. And you knew that he was a lighthouse keeper. He was speaking in cryptic words, and you convinced him to take you out to learn how to fish. But through a bit of wordplay, you got him to introduce you to his special friends. That being the cult of Zyrag, the dragon god, the sea dragon god. And you realize that the effigy of Zyrag was actually not a dragon, it was the sword of the Blazing Heart, the ancient stag king. Through some trickery, you took the sword and killed all the cultists as the reef sunk into the sea. And and with that, Quincy, the pelican, rowed you back to shore and guided you back to your room. It's very late at night. You are now in one room in Two Old Cats as you're settling into bed, having achieved exploring all 4 ruins within the Dimwood and retrieving all 4 of the relics that Jericho had first mentioned in session 1. What do you all do?
We get a song change.
No.
I can't RP to this music, Mike.
Jeez. Is it better? Thank you, Northwatch.
Thank you.
That's a twist. That's a twist. Or a root tea in this campaign.
I propose for Sam Raimi's birthday when we drop the coin, we all do our best suck me to hell.
Yes!
I'm going to do this one.
So give us bits, and we will do the suck me to hell.
Just for Sam Raimi. I hope you're watching this, Sam Raimi. Everybody shut up!
I know you're saying it.
No, you gotta get sucked to hell.
You'll get it by the next time we do it.
Well,
the next time we get a root tea.
Suck me to hell, please.
Can I get one suck to hell?
Well, that's gonna be loud and obnoxious, but sure.
Holy shit.
I just also sent out the greatest promotional tweet for Legends of Evangelist of all time.
Tonight's episode brought to you
Twitter?
No.
By Suck Me to Hell.
Well,
I guess we should start playing the other
Yeah. Sorry, what?
You're all in your room as the rain is pelting the window. You hear the thundering of thunder and the crackling of lightning as it streaks over the sea with the light on the ocean where the Black Reef once was is no longer there as the lighthouse continues to spin. Boom. Boom.
I will have poured myself a little bit of bourbon. Well, I suppose that this is the final leg of our journey then, isn't it?
what would you know, though?
Well, we try not to get killed by Ty by the silent death, I suppose. Because he's certainly going to be looking for that last goddamn...
The sword thing, right?
Yeah.
So we don't even know what they do. We have all 4 of them. Why don't we try to take them all out and touch them all together?
Oh, I don't know. That seems dangerous.
Well, what was the point of collecting all of them?
I don't think anybody really knows. Nobody knows, not even Jericho.
Well, I thought at the point of collecting all of them so that we could get them all in one place and someone could swoop in and steal them, and then all of a sudden we'd have an even bigger problem on our hands.
That's very specific, Peggy. I hope that's not going to happen.
No, but it probably is.
All right.
So I would say we just sit here and watch the windows, and then someone will come in the door. Or we can watch the door and someone will come in the windows.
Well, why don't we watch both? And I'll keep my nose out.
Then there will be an earthquake and the floor will fall away and we'll lose them anyway.
Nonetheless, I don't think that we should just be randomly mashing them together. I mean, these are very powerful things, and we've seen the way that they interact with each other when we had to retrieve them. So
if there's all supposed to be part of, like, some crazy, like, Elkin Lord's regalia or something, don't you think one of us should put them on? Whoever looks the most like an elk?
Well, who would that be?
Well, probably Grumly.
I don't look anything like an elk. Isn't it a deer and not an elk?
I don't know.
No, he doesn't really look like an elk.
Was
that supposed to be the horns?
I think Booker looks
I
the
was
most
thinking
like
more because, an elk runs on 4 legs, and sometimes Grumly runs on 4 legs.
Sometimes everybody runs on 4 legs. What are you trying to say?
I'm a frog. I only
Peggy
hop on 2.
Well, look, Booker, he's got that pointy snout, kind of like a deer, like a stag. He's got those big pointy ears like 2 antlers.
I don't even know if I could wear the locket or necklace around me. I mean, it's enormous.
What if we all just put on one and then hold hands?
Well, I mean, I've got the banner in my backpack.
That's a great idea, and I take out the gigantic amulet that I have, and I put it around my neck.
I'll put my crown on.
I'll hold the sword out.
I'll take the banner out, but it's still rolled up like a piece of newspaper that I can use to swat like a fly or something.
Okay, you have all the artifacts out, and they all hum with this strange resonance as they glow this orange, almost ember-like glow. And as they're all in proximity, it seems to get brighter.
Alright, let's all hold hands then.
Should we just touch them together?
Oh, I guess we could.
Because, if it's a magical charge that goes through them and we touch hands, we're all going to fry ourselves to death.
Is that how it works?
I don't know.
I've got one on my head, so I think I'd just get fried anyway.
Well, take it off your head and just, put it in the middle.
It's alright, I don't need this paw anyway.
So as you all touch tips, suddenly you see a flash, an explosion, as a shock shoots through your body as your fur ignites and your eyeballs burst out, is what you fantasize about in fear, as nothing happens besides the glow intensifying as that pit of fear and fantasy just comes very briefly, a shared vision, almost as if you had just gotten sucked to hell. And nothing happens as you just kind of tap them all together, and they all kind of glow, and it pulses as you move them together. But there's not a horrible, disastrous explosion or anything.
Yeah, no, I think that we're just gonna have to wait for them to be stolen by some nefarious being.
Oh, I don't want to do that. It took us so long to get them.
No, neither do I. But that's just the way a narrative works.
I wonder if there's any way we could find Jericho. Not that he would know what they're even used for. I mean, I would think something like this would be lost to time.
Don't you think he's the most likely one to steal them and run away with them? He's the first person that we met. He seemed like a creepy old man who was missing his daughter, and then it turns out he was actually leading us in the direction so we could subvert our expectations.
I only caught about half that.
I don't know what any of that means.
That's the worst part about traveling with people who aren't tinkers. They're also not thinkers.
You could say that again.
Damn.
A magical pair of sunglasses floating just comes out of nowhere and appears above.
Oh my god!
Appears above Peggy's eyes, and then disappears.
It's late, right?
Yeah, it's very late. It's well past midnight.
Well, I think we should get a good night's sleep. We should keep watch so that nobody comes in the window or the door or the earthquake, the ground. And just keep an eye on these relics real close like.
I'm gonna with the rolled up banner, I'm gonna peel the corner of it back just to unravel a little bit. No, it's still working. Still working very well. I'm just going to tuck this one back here like that.
Do you think we should just sleep holding each one of our relics so that way if someone comes to take them, they have to kill all of us?
Well,
I actually think that's a great idea.
Right, yes.
I don't want that.
Well, no, we don't want that, but they should at least have to go through all four of us.
Well, I'm going to spend a significant amount of time. I've got a ton of this seaweed, and I'm just basically going to just put seaweed all over the doors and all over the windows. So they at least have to cut through that, and it'll make a lot of noise. I'm going to hang all these clam shells from it, so the moment they touch it, they start clinking together, and we're immediately woken up. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to
That's a
try.
good idea. I think I'm going to take a little bit of honey and put it in front of the door and in the windows. If they come in, they get stuck on the feet.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I think I'm going to sleep with one eye open.
I'm going to keep drinking this bourbon, and you all do whatever the hell you want to do, and I'm going to enjoy myself, because this very well may be our last night on this dimwood.
Well, Peggy, are you going to have first watch? Or Booker, do you want to have first watch?
Sure, I'll take first watch. If there's enough bourbon, maybe I'll take second
Me
watch.
too, while I'm setting up all of my stuff.
All right, I'll take
Well-
second and third watch.
We'll figure it out.
I'll get last one.
Yeah.
Good night. And I just lay down, and I go... And so I lay out, and I'm sleeping with all my limbs behind me, and I'm going to keep one eye open while I sleep. If I can.
You see a fly land on Grumley's eye and skitter around it. He does not notice. As for the first time, as vagabonds, you take a Dungeons and Dragons watch.
It's really hard to shake him. Like, we're about to be beset upon by Tiber the Silent Death, so...
And it's about on your third watch, where all's quiet. And then suddenly, it's almost too quiet. The window shatters, you see a flash of feathers and swords as you wake up from your nightmares, and you enjoy a long rest. Because you've enjoyed a Dungeons and Dragons watch, you may as well enjoy a long rest. Overnight, the storm had dissipated. You hear the cry of gulls outside, but it's not the cry of gulls that you're used to. It's just a bunch of angry fishermen that are fighting over their slip spots by the wharf. And you all wake and you check, and your relics are all on your person.
Hey, we didn't get baggled.
Well, we you know what? We need a plan. I've been saying it the whole time. I don't believe about sending either of these groups of relics to one faction or the other, and I don't necessarily trust the COVID conspiracy either. But I just don't know what we're supposed to do next. It's as if this old crazy man sent us out on a mission. We took his word for it without even thinking twice. Almost died multiple times, and here we are with nothing to show for it.
Because, outside of just handing it over to people who might have, who might use it for good or worse, we don't really know what else to do with it. It was never like, oh, yeah, once you get them, you just take them to the highest peak of the highest mountain, and you swim around in some mashed potatoes and electrify yourself.
Regardless of whether they'll be used for good or for evil, the dimwood would irrevocably be changed forever.
So what are we supposed to do with them? Why do we even do this to
I
begin
think we
with?
should try just having one person put all of it on.
Fine, I'll do it. And I start taking my clothes off.
I'll hang
I
the
don't
amulet.
think you should be naked for it.
Peggy, come on. Maybe just keep your clothes on for protection. What if they?
I worked really hard on all of these clothes, and I am not going to change them. All right.
All right. Here's the crown.
I'll take the banner out of my
Put
backpack,
the amulet on.
and I'll are you sure we have to give them all to one person?
Oh, go just
We're
do
just
it.
trying it. If I die, you can have
What if my soul is still trapped in here or some shit?
You put your soul in there in the first place?
Well, no. That
that
crazy
sounds like
woman in the
your
swamp.
problem
That crazy
and,
woman in the swamp said that I was gonna die if I didn't get this banner. Now I'm worried if I let go of it, something happens to it. I'm still gonna die.
I'm gonna literally be standing right here.
Fine.
And I unfurl it.
Okay. You unfurl it, and you see
holding
that
everything.
You see that Shadow is kind of shooting out. The hands are wriggling and writhing, but it's not going much past the perimeter of this banner as it flaps, as it unfurls. And you see Peggy, who has the helmet that is definitely not the helmet, the amulet, the sword, the banner, and the what was the other thing? The crown on her head. That's more or less of it's kind of has a tilt up on your head and then hang backwards.
Keeps poking me in one of my eyes. Ow.
As you hold them, Peggy, they all start to glow and nothing really feels any different. However, Peggy, your eyes roll back as suddenly they flash with a bright orange. Peggy, your vision goes out and you are surrounded by darkness. You are put into a catatonic state as far as your friends can perceive. I can't pause this goddamn music.
I think she fell asleep.
As your consciousness shifts, Peggy, you see darkness and a shape moving. You're in a forest. Trunks of trees all around. It's dark. And suddenly, a burst of firelight through the forest. Several rows of trees beyond you. And you see a shape, cloaked in shadow, massive black antlers, no more than a silhouette, but a massive creature, probably twice your height, standing in the woods, 2 eyes open. They're almost like lanterns with how large and blazing they are. And as you see this, you hear a voice in your mind. You have taken what is mine. And you feel like you're able to respond.
Well, that really depends on who you are. Are you talking about that hammer I stole?
The crown, the sword, the banner, the heart.
I would say borrowed more than anything. Like, not necessary with the full intention of keeping forever. By the way, who are you? I'm Peggy. Nice to meet you. Have you met my friend Hamiltoad? He writes a lot of letters.
I am long dead.
Oh, wow, that really sucks for you, my friend. So that actually begs the question, how can I take what's yours if you're dead? Because I feel like kind of like finders keepers, losers sweepers. Once you're dead, off with your head or something like that. So now this is mine?
The source of my power is mine for eternity.
Well, it's a fine print. They always say to read it. I know Hamiltoad does.
There is great power in what you hold.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
What do you wish to do to it?
I don't want to do anything with the power. Actually, we were kind of swindled by this weird old bird guy, and he told us we should all go collect these, but he didn't actually tell us what we should do with them when we got them, so he was stupid, and we went and collected them anyway. And now there are a couple of people who want them, and we're like, we probably shouldn't give them to those guys, because they might do bad things with them, so we don't really know where to take them. So we're kind of wondering, do we put them back? Do we hide them elsewhere? Is there a place we're supposed to take them to go? Am I rambling? I have a habit of rambling when I get really nervous, so God, I think I'm going to pee. I'm not wearing any clothes right now. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark, but I'm fully naked now.
Neither am I.
Okay, well, that should make me feel more comfortable, but it really doesn't, actually, in this moment. It feels like a threat.
They are those items are yours to do what you will. Great power to those who wield it, but a terrible power. I had used them to conquer this dim wood, banish back the evil, the darkness, the creatures that lurk through the boughs. Built the greatest empire this continent has ever seen. I believed in them fully, and eventually it led my empire to ruin. We turned on each other. We used our dark magics against each other. And the great witch in my court corrupted me, slayed me, and scattered my relics, as civil war, destroyed my kingdom, and sent my people into the darkest spots of this dim wood, where they are no more than savages.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack, all things considered. So, there were a couple of things I want to touch on. I'm not really sure how long this is going to last. But first you told me these were yours and I stole them. And I'm pretty sure you just said that these are mine now. So I just want to make sure that, fine print, these are mine. I'm not going to be accused of stealing things anymore.
Mine, but you can use them, for I am dead. They will always be mine.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds good. On top of that, you mentioned a witch. That's kind of horrifying to me a little bit. So, is this witch still alive by chance, or is she dead like you are? And you're also talking to me while dead. So, what are the chances this witch is going to find me? Because currently, like I said, I'm naked. So, I can't see what's happening to my body right now. And I don't really want to end up the way you did. It's important.
The witch...
Yeah.
may still live.
Okay, well that's, even worse than the fact
At
that
my tomb. In the heart of the forest.
Okay, should we go there and, kill her? Would that be, the right thing to do?
The right thing to do is what you wish to do in your heart.
Oh, no. Well, I don't know if that's...
I do not intend to place any kind of petty morality or any kind of duty upon you. I did my duty and it destroyed me. It destroyed my kingdom. She may still live, she may be dead. Perhaps killing her will put an end to all of these relics.
Yeah, all right. That's a lot to deal with right now in the dark, shadowy realm with a creature that has orange eyes who's also naked alongside me and is accusing me of theft. So, it was really great to meet you. How do I get out of here?
North until the harvest moon, then east to the heart of darkness.
Is that directions on?
Suddenly,
Okay, well, things are changing.
the voice starts to change.
See you later.
And your vision starts to fade as your friends who've been staring around you, you've been holding these things, your eyes roll back and glowing orange. They've been surrounding you for minutes. As in real time, you come back, your eyes are returned to normal, and your sentience, your consciousness returns to the room and your friends surround you.
I roll the banner back up and hand it to Tucker.
Oh my acorns!
The next time you try and give me shit about getting naked before important things, I just want you to know whatever that weird shadowy creature was I just talked to was also naked. So it's obviously the thing that happens all over the Dimwood, all right? As I slowly start putting my
We
clothes
thought
back
you
on.
weren't coming back from that.
I
don't
thought
know
she was
why.
taking a nap.
Goodness gracious.
So, I went into a weird shadowy realm, and there was a creature there who I kind of think might have been that deer guy, but I don't know, because all I could see was its orange eyes. But it did tell me it was naked, so that's kind of important, I think. Anyway, there's a witch. We're supposed to go north towards the harvest moon and then take a left, I think, at the fork. Honestly, I can't remember.
I think he said east.
It gave
Yeah,
you
isn't
directions
that,
and you
if
can't
you're
remember
heading
them.
north, isn't east left?
No.
Well, I don't know the difference between my right and my left. Someone told me once you hold your fingers up, whichever one says L, both of them say L. One of them's just flipped over.
So I pull out the map of the Dimwood that we have, and I'm like, well, north to the
Thank you
harvest
for the
moon.
follow,
Thank you for the follow, Merlin
Thank you.
159.
I'll say, so we go north to maybe Pottsville, and I'll point at Pottsville.
What does that have to do with the harvest moon?
Well, if you see right here on the map, this is where all the farms are. There's tons of farms and stuff in Pottsville. And then maybe east, the heart of, what did he say? The heart of darkness?
Oh, did I say that? Because I just remember telling you he was naked, but sure. I might have been rambling while I was completely unconscious.
Well, I'm just, if you told us everything, then maybe we go to
I
the
told
woods.
you everything I remembered.
Which was nothing. So we're fucked.
So maybe we have to go to the east.
And, you know, he said
Pottsville.
something about there being a witch that completely killed him.
A witch? What do you mean a witch? What?
And, you know, that motherfucker, he tried to tell me that I stole his stuff. That's not fair.
Oh, no.
All of you stole his stuff, too. And
That's
he's
true.
dead, so it really doesn't count.
Find his keepers.
To be fair, if the witch killed him and she's still alive, technically I think we stole his stuff.
You're saying a lot of stuff. I don't really understand you, Peggy.
He's long dead, is what you just said.
So-
Yeah, he's long dead, so the stuff must belong to the witch. And we stole it, so if the witch still exists, she's not gonna be happy with any of us.
I don't think I want to get in trouble with a witch. So what did he say? To go
Oh
north
no,
and then what?
What if it's that chicken that was what was you fondling?
Well, then we're going to be in real deep shit.
Oh, God.
Chicken shit.
Well, if she said go north till the harvest moon,
Then turn left.
then turn east
Yeah.
or left,
I
either
don't know,
way,
whichever one.
into the heart of darkness, maybe it means into the woods to the east of Popsfield.
But for what?
Where the switch is.
How do you know when you get to the harvest moon?
I don't know, we just look up.
Why are you so determined that it's Pottsfield when you don't even know where the harvest moon is? Technically, we could walk 4 steps out of here if we hit a harvest moon and we turn left. Then it doesn't necessarily get us to Pottsfield. There are so many things along the left of north, all the way straight through out of the Dimwood.
Well, I just think if it's harvest related, there's a harvesty place right to the north of us. It
Yeah, but
doesn't
we're
seem like a
supposed to go
coincidence.
left from north.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't either.
We're supposed to go north until we hit the harvest moon, and then we're supposed to go left.
Left or east?
East. They're both left.
All right, well, we'll go east, and then that might be left or it might be right. I don't know.
Well, I've never been to this clearing, so I'm willing to go. I'd like to see it.
Sure. I mean, we don't really have any other choices, and all I can say is I don't want to get naked and put on all those things again and have to talk to that guy one more time.
So he...
We always have a choice, though. We could do anything we want from here.
Oh, and he did say that if we use them, they're like super powerful. I think he said there was a price too. And then he said something about morality, but I stopped listening because I started thinking about how nice it would be to go square dancing.
Oh, that would be nice.
It's been a long time.
What do you think if we kill this witch, could we just get rid of the power that's in all of these things?
Oh, yeah, he did say something like, well, if you killed the witch, then maybe you would destroy the artifacts or something. Maybe that's what we need to do.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
So that means not giving it to the Marquise.
Well, we weren't going to do that anyway.
Well, I kind of wanted to do that anyway.
Well, we certainly weren't going to let you do that anyway.
I know. Well, it's better than falling into the Erie's hands.
That's
I don't
true.
think it is. I think it's equally bad.
Why can't we use them, though?
I don't think we want to use them unless we have to.
I don't want to use anything for destruction or conquest.
I just want to survive. I just want a nice little cottage by the water where I can do some fishing, drink some bourbon.
I bet you could probably get one of those
With a creepy shadow banner? No thanks.
Yeah.
I want the Marquise to use it for conquest and war.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm with Hazel on this one, though.
Probably it's almost as if you've learned nothing on our journey.
Well, I think that they're better than the Erie.
But I think we're better than both of them.
I think you're right. I think if we can just get rid of the power so that they can't fall into anybody's hands, that's probably the best course.
You know, I don't think it was a coincidence that I was able to go into a creepy shadow realm and talk to someone who was long dead. So, given that added bit of information, I think we should probably do what the dead guy said to do. Live cats, live birds, dead guy and the witch. I think I'm picking dead guy and the witch.
I really don't want to see a witch. That's horrifying.
Oh, yeah, I know.
What is she going to do to us when she finds out that we have the artifacts?
Well, that's the thing, though. We have the artifacts, and she doesn't, so...
Well, if we're lucky, maybe this horrible, creepy shadow banner will eat her soul, and then it'll just be over.
Well, she's got to be hundreds of years old, if not older.
That's too old.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That is
no.
too old.
Is she a too old cat?
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Maybe the cat was evil
What
the
if
whole
she's
time.
downstairs and she can hear us right now?
That is a good point, though. I didn't think about that.
We should climb out the window. I don't think it's a good idea to continue being in this room.
While we climb out the window, there's perfectly good stairs that are free to use.
And they go by the
Because
kitchen.
if she's downstairs, we don't want to
I don't
walk
think she's
past her.
downstairs. That's a bit of a
Well,
stretch.
Hazel just said she might be downstairs.
She could be. She could be anywhere.
Even if she's a too old cat, I don't think she'd be in this too old cat establishment. Maybe they have a franchise in the heart of darkness.
I think we should just head that way, because this is just going around in squares.
I pack up my things. I carefully step over the honey as I move towards the door, and I leave the
collect
room.
my honey.
Okay. You all make your way down the stairs, and you see that the tavern room of Two Old Cats is empty. That there seems to be some bartender that you don't recognize twinkling eyes behind the bar, and everyone seems to be looking out the window towards the sea. And you hear kind of strange commotion from outside. And as you make your way outside of the door, you see dots and figures all in the sky above the sea and around the lighthouse, as you see eerie soldiers flying around, some in boats, foxes and mice and rabbits rowing out around the location of where the reef was. Some have rods sticking into the water. You see that there's a perimeter built around the lighthouse, and they seem to have kicked down the door and are investigating it.
I still have my jug under my arm. Is there any chance that we can play our way out of this one?
We're probably gonna have to try. Let's just see if we can walk out of town, and if anyone stops us, we'll say, "Oh, we got a gig. You want to hear the song we've been preparing?" And I'll just pull something out of my
And
ass.
we all remember our fake names, correct?
Oh yeah, Froggy Sawdust.
Adele.
Everett, I'm Everett.
Pug.
And what's our band name?
Pug Floyd.
Oh, we're the Muckbed Jamboree.
The Muckbed Jamboree. All right,
Yeah.
we're all on the same page. Good. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I was asking for your guys' sake, not my own. Let's head out.
Oh, that was very thoughtful.
I do what I can.
We should go quickly, because if they're all out to sea, we might have some time to slip north.
Well, let's move. Let's shake a leg. We hustle
Okay.
with my jug under my arm.
You hustle, and as you make your way through, you see that the eerie soldiers that are in this town are once again dispersed, as the ration lines are lining up of the denizens, as the supply lines have all been cut by the taking of Muckbed Creek, of all the supplies from the river. And you see that there are a number of eerie soldiers posted at every tree, but it's far less tight than it was when you entered. And as you walk your way down, you see a flapping of wings as a great blue heron flies overhead, and he doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. What are you all doing?
Where are we, like...
You're in the middle of the town. You probably made it probably a good hour through the town, and you're nearing the edge of the clearing.
Yeah, we're just heading towards the end.
We're just going to continue. We're trying to look not suspicious, and we've got our instruments.
This is Inspector, what's his name?
Yeah.
Boogie Boogie?
Quastus.
Yeah, Quastus.
Starfall.
Oh,
Don't make eye contact. Let's just keep moving.
go.
He knows who we are already. It's fine.
We just walk, I guess, nonchalantly.
So as you just walk your way nonchalantly, you hear the flapping of wings, but it's only one set. And suddenly a flash of blue, and his figure lands before you, tall and imposing.
Okay.
He looks down at you, and he says, "Leaving the Erie as soon as you've come."
Yeah, no, I think we said yesterday that we were just making our way through.
Yeah, we were here for a gig, and we had a fantastic show, and it's on to the next one.
Yeah,
as they say.
I wrote a song for you. I whip my hair in back and forth. I whip my hair in back and forth. I whip my hair in back and forth.
Wow.
That was really
Pretty great, right?
Let's all get a round of applause for Peggy,
good.
the front woman of our band.
I was working on it last night at Two Old Cats.
Can you make a persuade an NPC roll, please?
We have twists.
No, what's persuade? What is it?
Swedish charm, I believe.
Ooh, something actual. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna. What do I do to twist it?
What did you get? You just had one.
Oh, God, that's not gonna help me. I got a 4.
So that would be 5. And then we could help. We could assist.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
help.
you could play your instruments. I whip my hair in back and forth. I whip my hair in back and forth.
Yeah, in a little more tempo like
I whip
this.
my hair in back and forth. I whip my hair in back and forth. I whip my hair in back and forth. I whip my hair in back and forth.
And that is a 7. He narrows his eyes.
What do we have to mark to help?
As he said, 1 exhaustion each.
Jeez Louise.
As you mark your exhaustion, and,
Wait,
and
is it
you
roguish feats?
thank you so much.
Is it roguish feats? You get 2 from me then.
What
I
is?
don't understand.
No, this was
Oh.
Persuade an NPC.
Oh, I thought that was a roguish feat.
Roguish feat is his own move.
It's just persuading.
So he stops and he looks at you and he says, "And you are not And so, in order to persuade him, you are going to need to lie about the questions he's going to ask you and the information he's about to give you in order to prove that you are not a cult member of Zyrek.
So we feel like they've figured out the cult.
Yes, you get the sense. I would say that you get the sense that they've figured out the cult, and he leans in. He says, "The great Inquisitor from Okax Hollow has told us that there would be new cultists coming to town the same night you did."
What? What did you say?
Cultists of Zyrag, don't play stupid with me.
No, I don't. We're not playing stupid.
No.
I don't want to be in any town with a cultist
I never
in
would
it.
come here if I knew that you was letting cultists.
Oh my acorns, cultists!
But you know what? Actually, that could make a really great song.
You're right. We can make a whole concept album.
Yeah.
Should we noodle on it and figure it out?
Yeah. Cultists, cultists are terrorizing the town. Yeah, no, I don't think that one's gonna work.
I disagree. Just when I think we can't get any better, we manage to keep doing it.
It's a little bit experimental.
Yeah,
I
we've
think
never
some
tried
people are
anything
gonna be
quite
ready
like it
for
before. But you know, I think it really fits the tone. What kind of cultists are these? Are they like spooky? Are they like kill everybody in sight kind of cultists?
Yes, burn citizens alive cultists.
That's terrible.
Burn the citizens alive!
Why are you barking all of a sudden?
No, I'm not. It's called Screamo. I heard about it.
Oh.
I know that we normally do like more folk music, but you know, as we go from clearing to clearing, we gotta change our repertoire.
Who would ever like that?
There are people that like that. You know, I guarantee that those Quillbore sex dungeon folks would love this stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the cult you're thinking of. We met these really lovely
on the way
people.
in.
I mean, they kind of seemed like a cult at first, but really, they just like to have fun.
Yeah, they were actually.
What do they look like?
Like
They look like
Quillbores.
hulking quillbores who are involved in very questionable activities.
They look like boars.
They like
Did
leather.
they mention dragons?
No, they mentioned sex.
Yeah, a lot of it.
No, they
Dragging these
often...
balls across your.
Absolutely heretical.
Well, they mentioned something called a dragon dildo, but I don't think that's what you're thinking of.
Make a trick an NPC.
Ew, all of us
Whoever would like.
No, you have the good trick. You have cunning.
Yeah, so do other people. Oh, this is so bad. I picked the wrong ones.
You had 3.
6.
We'll twist it.
Yeah, we'll use another routine.
We're gonna use
Make it a 7.
7? Okay. 7. And so with that, he just narrows his eyes. And he says, oh yeah, that's right.
They hesitate, they stumble, or they overreact.
Which one do we think?
I like the shaking his confidence or weaken their morale. Because really we just need them to buzz off.
Yeah.
Hey,
got him.
I think we would...
Or if you want to make a critical opportunity, I can murder him.
Drag his body into the forest. You know, so
Grab him by the legs
you gotta
and
do
just-
what you gotta do.
Oh, maybe we should just shake him up a little bit.
Yeah,
He's out of
sure.
character.
Let's do that one. He hesitates. His confidence is shaken. We've weakened his morale, and he doesn't know what to do.
I have heard of the grunts and the snorts in the forest. I did not know that it would be related.
Kill him.
Well, to be fair, they're nice people.
Yeah, you know.
They're very nice.
You say they are cultists. We could go investigate them and snuff them out.
I was specifically saying they're not cultists, but maybe you were confused. They're lovely
Because
people.
we were saying we were trying to write a song about cultists. They didn't like the fact that I was writing a song that was considered screamo, and so they said who would listen to that, and I said, oh well, maybe those Quillboy sex dungeon people would listen to that because they were totally into all the screaming. But it was like pleasurable screaming. It wasn't like cultist screaming.
I was just concerned that if you confuse these lovely folk for cultists, you might go on the wrong trail. We don't want that. They're nice. They're hospitable.
And then you said, oh, well, do they have to do with dragons? And I said, well, not actual dragons. They had a dragon dildo, but I don't think that's the same thing. And then you looked away for a second, confused. And that's where we are.
Hey, Peggy.
Yeah?
What's a dildo?
You know, I think that's a conversation we should have further into the forest.
Oh, all right.
He shakes
It's dangerous if it's dragon related.
No, here's the pamphlet for the sex dungeon.
Oh, Fern Life.
There's
I
Fern Life.
already made a profile.
Yeah, I think you should go to page.
I'll check dragon dude. Oh, it was an option. I'll check that. That sounds
Yeah, no, you should go to page 69 towards the back. There's an entire write-up.
It's illustrated.
Grumly's eyes melt out of his socket. As Colossus just looks at you and he tilts his long neck back and forth and he says, "Wandering musicians, I'll let the Marquis send you to the gallows. I do not have the time."
That's
And
a horrible
with that, he
thing to
backs
say.
up and
But you know,
flaps his
I
wings.
do think that would make a great song, To the Gallows.
And he soars
It's a little
off.
dark.
Yeah, I know, I just was saying it until I got out of your sight. That was great!
All right, let's keep going.
We should go before he comes back. Boom, 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 boom.
So we are going to make a forest path travel roll.
I refuse to make this roll because my dice are cursed.
These are decay, though, right?
This is exhaustion for
Okay,
a path.
I can spare one or two. Two if we're desperate. I can spare
I
two.
can spare a lot of exhaustion, and I will, because y'all help.
So it will cost me an exhaustion just to travel. So I can
Same.
spare one, and then I will be at max.
Then
So
don't do that.
So don't use
Don't
one.
go to max.
How many do we need?
Okay,
How many
so that
do
I
we
won't
need
do
to
any.
use?
We need to use at least 4.
I'll use 3.
Or we could just trust the heart of the cards.
Nobody go to max.
I'll
Nobody
use
go to max.
3, and then I'm not at max.
I'll use 1 as well, so that puts us at 4. If you use 1, what does that put it? What does that?
I would put
you
my
at?
max because
Then
I'm
don't do it. We'll be at 4. It's an even roll.
Yeah.
I'll roll because my dice are real good.
Okay. Roll
He
it.
says before he gets a natural fail.
I use my Magpie Games dice.
Pre-order the game today.
Oh my.
I knew it was
That's
going to
about
happen.
50-50.
No, that's alright. That's not bad.
Okay, you know, it could be worse.
So it means on 7 and 9 you encounter something noteworthy upon the path. Ooh my! So you continue to make. You leave Drakesmith behind. The sound of the waves and the salt air drifting away as you make your way north, and the air gets a little bit. It gets drier. Gets a little bit cooler. As once again those familiar pine forests surround you. And it's quiet, you see travelers around. You see, you manage to stay towards the tree line as the front of this battle where you've seen remnants of clashes between Eerie soldiers and Marquis Zate. Bits of blood smeared around, patches of clothing torn, scraps of metal. You find the occasional fallen coin, and you make your way. The occasional tradesman the denizens are trying to make their way back and forth, but they're few and far between. Very few denizens are willing to travel between clearings with the gusto that vagabonds are. As you make your way for several days, you feel like the moon is nearing its zenith. It is almost very nearly a full moon. As you feel like it'll take maybe another half day to get to Pottsville. I almost did it. Mark it down.
The Pinkertons here.
Pinkertons, the
If we were
voracious
playing a drinking
doom.
game, we'd make you drink.
Yikes. I could use some whiskey. As you are nearly there, and and you, it is
There are owls about.
nightfall.
Are we supposed to be sniffing the air?
Yeah, what's the matter?
I don't smell
You feel like you're now you're probably, you could push through the night. You're only a couple hours away from Pottsville, and you've made camp. You're sitting around the campfire, roasting what else but acorns.
I love acorns.
Of course.
As
My acorn.
you're sharing stories.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't have acorns.
I could take yours if you want. As a friend, I would do that for you.
That's so generous.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Hazel.
You're welcome.
Yeah. That's my
Oh, you have a tree nut allergy. Oh, it's
No,
very important.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Hey, whoa! Keep your sticky paws away from my nuts.
Not sticky. I licked all the honey off earlier.
I'm watching you.
As Booker crunches on an acorn, you hear a crunch from the forest.
Oh no. What's that?
As you hear another crunch, a crack, and you feel like there's a noise, there's a shifting in the forest on the very edge of the woods beside
Oh
you.
no, guys, I feel like there's a noise, like a shifting on the edge of the
I
forest.
feel like I ate too many acorns to run quickly away.
I'll get up immediately and start growling at this.
As you growl, you see the flash of moonlight, two large lights, one yellow eye and one white, slashed as an owl stumbles into your clearing. An old great horned owl, his eye slashed. You see that he's covered in horrible wounds all over, as if he's been tortured for days. As Jericho stumbles into your camp, he is wearing not much but rags. As he stumbles in, and his one eye that is good and seems to be seeing. You see that there are these shards of the bifocals that you had made him, Peggy. One is totally broken, the other still seems to be on in some strange monocle situation. As he stumbles into the camp and he collapses onto the ground, his wings are all broken and battered. Not just the one, but both of them now are wrenched in different ways. As he falls to the ground and he looks at all of you. You're all alive!
Oh, my acorns! I run.
What happened to you?
Talk about a burden!
Are you being chased? And I'm gonna bolt into the woods. With the
I'm gonna try to
direction that he
put
came.
one of his arms around my neck and just like hoist him up a little bit so he's not.
Do not go, fool! There's nothing there for you but death!
Gromley, come back!
Stop.
Oh, but be careful. His arms look like they're all kinds of broken.
I'm gonna try to get him towards our fire and just get him to sit down so he's not like face first in the dirt.
What happened to you?
He sits down on a log as he breathes. That is the third time you've saved my life.
That's a lot of times now that we're counting it.
Are you being chased? Are we in imminent
No,
danger?
I escaped.
Oh,
I found my daughter.
You did?
where is she?
They have her. She's in Pottsville. I knew it. There are sympathizers with the Eerie amongst the birds in Pottsville. They have her there. When I came looking for her, the Inquisitor, that's Inquisitor Titus, he snuck up on me. He didn't kill me. I thought he would. He decided to torture me. He knew that I had told you. Secrets. He tried to get those secrets. And he coughs up and there's blood all over his feathers.
Oh no.
Do you know what a harvest moon is?
Yes.
Do you know how to take a left from a harvest moon?
Peggy, he's in no condition. Let
Look at him, he's puking up blood. If he knows the answer, we gotta ask it before he dies.
No, we have to help him.
I don't know medicine. I don't know how we're gonna help him.
Can you make him a splint for his broken wings?
I give him I top open a bottle of bourbon and I let him take a nice draw from it.
Oh god, now he's gonna be drunk.
It's all right, but just to ease the pain a little bit.
He takes it.
Easy.
Oh,
It would be better to pour
that's
that all over
strong.
his wounds.
Well, you
and
can
just
use
drink
it. It's fine, but we gotta let him numb the pain a little.
So how do you turn left from a harvest moon?
Turn left. The harvest moons. It's tomorrow night.
That is very, very interesting. And is it going to be over Pottsville?
They have a harvest moon festival.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's
festival.
I guess that's where we're going. So we're gonna have to rescue your daughter. You'll probably be dead by then. So, what? I'm just trying to get to the gist of it.
No, he's not gonna die, and I'd take out. I'm gonna mark 2 decay, whatever that would be in medical supplies.
Okay. I would say
like
as
to try to patch him
vagabonds,
up.
you would have that, and any kind of risk he had of bleeding out, you find some spots where he is bleeding pretty deeply, and you patch it up, and you seem to have done a very good job. As it takes an hour, a full hour, for you to gently kind of dress the wounds and remove the old rags, There's some spare clothes that you have in your packs that you could feel free to give him.
Nice job, probably. Did you learn that in the military?
You're probably gonna die. And,
I may.
So,
Death comes for us all.
what would you like us to tell your daughter?
Tell her I'm sorry for being her burden.
All right, Jericho, I need you to cut the crap, man. Listen to me. You're not gonna die. You're gonna tell her yourself, and you're gonna stop being a goddamn burden on everyone.
But the thing is, we can't take him with us.
Well,
He will draw too much attention to us. He already said that one guy literally beat the crap and life out of him, specifically because he knew that he told us something. So we are going to have to figure out how to get into this town so we can take a left at the Harvest Moon.
we could vaporize the entire town.
How did I
But
know?
why would we kill all the innocent people?
Well, obviously, there's innocence and non-innocence, and we can take out the Erie.
Both
Wait,
of your
did you say
morals are so
Vaporize
confusing to me.
vaporize the entire city.
Where did you find all of the treasures?
No.
We
of course
didn't
we didn't.
find them, actually, no.
We never found
We
them.
never found the last one. Apparently, there was a huge cult down there, and they was killing people left and right, and we just couldn't get to it.
What do you
And
mean
then,
you didn't
and then
find
the
them all?
Erie got the last one, the fourth one.
No.
They could bring great destruction.
She's
Yeah.
confused. The last one was lost to time.
No, we
one
found
has
them
it.
all.
No,
No,
we
I
didn't find them all.
think that the Erie got the last one because they were swarming. I mean, if you send a message down there to Drake Smith, you'll find out the Erie swarming all over that cult, and there was a Guild War sex dungeon. So.
That's true, there was.
Yeah.
Very friendly.
So anyway, back to the main point. We've got to find a way to get into Pottsville. Yeah.
Well, we can
And-
walk right in.
Well, we can't not if this one guy that literally beat the living shit out of
But
Jericho
how would he
is
know
there.
what we look like?
What do you mean?
How would the guy know that it's us?
Isn't it the same guy you've met a couple of times? That we've all met a couple of times?
Yes, you saved me from him.
Yeah.
But now we're a traveling band.
No.
Yeah.
We have a new
but
identity.
maybe-
Yeah, but we don't actually look any different, so.
What
Oh.
if we all swap clothes?
That might help. I call Grumley's armor.
I don't think that'll help. It's still the same clothes, just mixed around.
Oh.
Yeah, because the thing is, for people who've never met us before, it's a great disguise. But for people who know what we look like, it's not a very good disguise.
Well, we could just walk into Pottsville
And take a left.
and vaporize him.
Well, let's say,
Wait, how
theoretically,
did we
if we did find all of them, could we use it
didn't
to
find them, no.
save your daughter somehow, easily?
Yes, and vaporize this High Inquisitor.
But we definitely didn't find all of them, though, unfortunately.
Or
Well,
theoretically, if we did.
I would be mortified to find out what great power could be wrought upon the Dimwood if all four were joined together and used malevolently. But even one relic can be used individually. It was whispered on the winds that those who take a relic and channel on its true one power can use it locally, contained.
The shadows will just eat him alive. We've seen it happen.
Well, then we should go in and save it right now.
I don't see why not.
How do you know what the one true power
But don't you
is?
think we should wait
true.
until the Harvest Moon? Because if we go in and we do it now and then we have to stay another day, reinforcements could come and then all of a sudden we're screwed and we can't go left at the moon.
I don't think anyone could stop us if we wanted to take over the entire Dimwood at this point.
Look, I don't like that look in your eye.
I'm not suggesting we do it. I'm just saying I think that we have a lot of firepower on our side.
You're squinting an awful lot and you're talking out the side of your mouth you do when you're running a gambit.
Sorry.
I don't know why I said gambit. I don't really know what that means.
Like a con job?
Yeah, what's that called?
A con? Running a con? He's a con man, look at him.
Where do they have your daughter? Do you know where in the clearing?
Yes, they have her at the Bright Lantern.
The Bright Lantern. What is that? Like an inn? Or
It's-
a bakery, maybe?
It's both. It's an inn and bakery.
How convenient.
I swear to God I have that in my notes. You literally guessed it. What the fuck?
Well, we can do this a couple of ways. Peggy, if you think we can do this stealthily, then I'm open to ideas.
The what?
You know,
The bright lantern.
Sure, let's just walk right in and see what happens.
Well, that's not stealthy at all. That's the
Yeah.
opposite of stealthy.
Nah, I'm kind of a fuck it kind of mood right now. If you think we could completely obliterate this entire town, I say we put on our shades and our black tuxedos and we get in a straight line and we walk in strutting and we just see what happens.
If you're asking me what I really think, yes, I think that we could probably level the entire Dimwood. I honestly true that. I don't know.
I would say we walk in, we don't try and sneak, we just act like we're going about our business. We do pretend to be a band and see if we can get, one over on people. And if all else fails, then we go in, weird ancient artifacts ablazing.
Well, hold on, Jericho. So owls are nocturnal usually, right?
Noctorious, yeah.
Notorious? Noctorious?
Well, yes, but in a society of animal people that all need to interact in a fantasy setting, it's a little wibbly wobbly.
So, would it be stealthy, like, to go now while it's still nighttime?
Oh yeah, we could.
Or should we wait until morning?
I believe that Titus will probably have eyes at all times of day. They do not have just him. They have a terrible, vile woman keeping her imprisoned.
Who is it?
Probably the witch.
It's not a chicken, is it?
It's not a chicken, no.
Oh, it's good news.
It's a bluebird.
A bluebird. Well, maybe we should get a good night's
I
sleep
think
so
her
we're
name's
rested.
probably Beat Rice.
That's a terrible name.
I know, a terrible name for a terrible woman.
Beat rice.
That
Yeah.
sounds actually kind of good. I'd eat it.
As my good friend Grubbly once said, woof.
I've said that more than once.
Oh, well.
I've said that daily.
Well, you said it once, but you've also said it multiple times. Woof. That's what I said, woof.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
That was a nice quote.
Yeah, well. This is great.
Do we just leave you here
To die.
He's not gonna die.
I don't know. He's really old.
I mean, eventually he is, yes, going to die.
Well, everyone dies sometime,
And
yes.
honestly, with wounds like that, the infection's probably already setting in.
No, I cured him up.
It's just not-
Grubbly did a great job.
I
get a bad
guarantee-
taste in my mouth from being the last people to see someone before they die.
Yeah, and I guarantee he's got internal bleeding. It's
Couldn't
unfortunate.
come with us, but just we keep a bag over your head.
Let's not do that.
Why would you
No.
put a bag on his head? Oh, so he can see.
So
I
they
think
can't
they'd
see
be
him.
able to tell from his mangled wings.
He's gonna die otherwise. Isn't it why we can reunite him with his daughter right away?
Or we could just send her out here and hope she doesn't die on the way.
Why don't
Well,
we like
At least
taking-
until she finds his dead, mangled body.
Yeah, why don't
I mean, I actually don't hate that. Is there any way that he can just hide out on the outskirts of town and not be found, and then we can...
Yeah, can you do that? Can you just, shut up and not say anything stupid?
And whatever you do, don't mention your burden one more acorn-ridden time.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just don't think that's his strong suit, because every time we see him, he's just recently been caught.
Touche.
That's why I'm saying
I have a burden on you.
So look, I'm gonna put my froggy foot down and just say that I'm not going to lose my life because this owl that's about to die out here in the forest yells burden and gets us caught.
Maybe he just hides in a goddamn log and stops talking about his goddamn burden.
I don't think he knows any other words.
You're probably right.
He hit me in the head quite a bit.
I bet he named his daughter Burden,
That would be woof.
but it's spelled B-I-R-D.
Her name is Amelia.
Yeah, Burden.
What is her name?
Amelia.
Amelia. All right. Well, I guess.
What kind of
Yeah,
bird
yeah.
is she?
Oh, take a guess.
Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell what kind of bird you are under all of that death.
A blood-covered pellet.
Ew! Oh no, he's not even an owl. He's a cat. He's coughing up hairballs.
I don't want to play anymore.
She's an owl with great horns.
She's a great horned owl, like he
You
is.
really shouldn't say that about your daughter. It's kind of creepy.
What? It's our people's great pride. Oh no, they took my horns.
Do they?
They're like all like smashed down.
They're just feathers, right?
Yeah, they're just feathers, but they don't look. He could probably fluff them back up.
Yeah, no, I think it's best if you die here alone. So are we ready to move on?
That's terrible. No, you're coming with us. Here. And then I put a bag over his head. Let's go save your daughter.
I'm pretty
And I
sure
get
that
up.
we all said no to
And I
this.
throw my halberd over my
Another
shoulder.
grade A grubbly plan.
We're gonna break her out.
Yep.
In the dark of night.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is the deal. If you bring him, the moment we get to town, I'm gonna scream, "Hey, we've got Jericho!"
No, we're not gonna do
Then
that.
I think you'll leave him.
That seems self-sabotaging.
Yeah, why
It
would you
would
do
be.
that? Why can't we just hide him?
Because it's essentially the same thing. He's covered in blood. He's dripping blood all over the place. Every time he moves, he goes, "Ugh!
Burden. He often talks about his
There's
burden.
no way. Keep that thing over him. There's no way he's not gonna make a noise.
We gave him spare clothes.
What if we
I didn't realize that spare clothes kept him from talking.
Oh no, just will you be quiet?
Yes, I will do my best. I will stay at the edge of town, and the greatest boon we have is that during the festival there will be such loud music and cheering and all of the revelry.
You got the greatest bull, and you lost me because I thought you were going to go with burning again.
The greatest burden, though,
this
is that
is the
I
thing.
am put you certain death on your path.
What if we
When you take him into town
Beware!
and he gets caught and executed in front of you, I want you to know whose fault it is.
I have a good idea.
When you could have left him here where they're not looking.
Hazel, I'm listening.
Okay, hear me out. Okay, so we're gonna take him to the outskirts of town, and then we're gonna dig a hole. I'll dig it because I'm pretty good at
We're
that.
gonna prematurely bury him because that sounds much worse than letting him die out here
Called
alone.
a shallow grave, ladies and
No.
gentlemen.
See, what we do is only bury him up to here, leave his head sticking out. So
So it's easier to chop off when someone's riding
he'll
by
be
and he
screaming,
can't
but then
run.
someone will say, "What's that noise?" And we'll go in the woods and they'll see this crazy old chopped off bird head sitting on the ground, and they'll say, "Oh, it's a ghost," and they'll say, "Oh, it's terrible," and they'll run away.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Hazel. Grumbling has said some stupid shit, but that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's not nice. Listen to me.
Hazel, did you eat a poison acorn?
Oh my
The hell?
goodness.
I want whatever you're smoking.
Thank you so much.
Another twist!
Hazel, I've given you a lot of leeway in this whole adventure, but that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard.
I mean, he might actually be a ghost by the time you get there. Then he's already buried if he dies.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Happy birthday, Sam.
Happy
Raimi.
birthday, Sam Raimi. I hope you're watching this.
And if you're not, I'm gonna send you a YouTube link.
We'll send you the link.
So then, if maybe that's a good idea. The festival's tomorrow.
You know, this is something we could try. Jericho, what do you want to do?
Oh, they hit me in the head a lot. I don't want to be a burden and tell you what to do. Just save my daughter. I mean, if you want to.
Okay, so you're gonna stay here then, and we're gonna go save your daughter and let her know that you're here when we take left at a Harvest Moon. Yeah?
I can...
Or do you want us to bury you up to your neck right outside of town so it's easier to have your head cut off?
I can bury you here.
Or do you want to be buried alive here?
Being buried alive is down at the bottom of my list.
Well, I mean, your head would still be out, so, you know, you could...
I would still be, by definition, buried.
Well,
Crunch berries. Oh, I'm sorry.
The power of mixed berry crunch!
what if we just, like, shove him into a hollow log?
Yeah, Jericho, how does that sound? Do you want to be buried alive or shoved into a
I
hollow
can
log?
just stay in the forest on the outskirts of town.
That's what we'll do. We're gonna sleep here. We're gonna keep a watch, and we're gonna make sure that you stay in the outskirts of town. We're gonna go in during the festival, and we're gonna save your daughter. Sound good? Good night. And I pass out.
I wait until everyone's asleep and then I want to murder an NPC. No, I'm just kidding.
No! See, I told you he was dying.
Oh my god. Well,
When you wake up.
you all wake
down
up.
the hole.
Y'all wake up. It's an early morning as there is a light chill in the air, and you see this beautiful mist as the leaves that aren't the evergreen trees are starting to change color quite heavily now, reds and golds and oranges and browns, as you all pack up, and you make your way through, and as soon as you get to you make your way back out onto the road, and as soon as you round the bend on the path, you start to hear the music, singing, brass music, stringed music. You hear the sound of violins and fiddles and standing basses. Probably an actual real band or multiple ones are playing.
The shade of it.
They sound a lot better than we do. Our cover is already fucked.
I don't know what you're talking about. I really like. I whip my hair and back and forth.
I mean, you're fantastic. I'm just saying, they have real instruments and I just have a jug.
Thanks, Peggy, Hazel, and Grumley.
Yeah.
As you see a beautiful, almost like a small little valley of hills and farmlands as far as you can see, with small farmhouses and small little homesteads all around this clearing as Pottsville extends out in front of you with however, around every single row and street and around every farm, there are decorations, scarecrows propped up and decorated, pumpkins, gourds, cornucopias filled with corn, and wheat. And you just see that there is just a joyousness in the air as you see down at the center is a large town square with a large pole erected in the center, a massive pumpkin at the very top, carved into a face, as strands of ribbon seem to be all cast around as townsfolk and denizens dance around this pole. Jericho darts into
the song.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Thank you.
How dare you?
I was gonna wait till you get in closer.
Well, that was a
You can't
poor
describe
choice.
them doing it and not play the fucking song.
With a large pole erected, title of your sex tape.
That's exactly right.
Thank you, her1can_3. 3_.
You hear the singing of the townsfolk as they all dance around this large pole, as you see paper moons erected along with images of pumpkins and also images of skeletal creatures, skeletal cats, skeletal mice, rabbits, and foxes, but predominantly mostly mice, cats and mice. And you see, however, there's also a number of turkeys as well, as this area seems to be predominantly a mouse clearing, but there's a great number of cats, maybe even like native cats, and a good number of turkeys as well as the population, similar to maybe the toads and frogs of Wurtwallow. As they all dance around, and you're at the edge of the clearing at this point. Jericho looks at you and says,
Well, I tried to avoid becoming a burden, but in the end, that is what I was most of all. I hope death is not in your future, friends, but I am unable to save my daughter on my own. I am unable to carry my own burden, and for that I am sorry.
I take out my Skinkerton dagger and I point it right at his throat. One more time!
What?
Say it one more time!
What?
Burden, motherfucker! Say it one more time!
Oh, no,
No, just don't worry about it. Just tell us where the bright lantern is and we'll go save your daughter right now.
I bet y'all can smell it from here.
It's...
That's a good point. We probably don't even need you to tell us. We'll just have
I think
Hazel
it's
do
best that
it.
you just don't speak unless...
At all. No, never. Not until we come back with your daughter. Don't say another
You
word.
just stay right here and die in peace. Goodbye now, Jericho. You ready?
Goodbye. Beware! Beware the bluebird!
Yeah, we will do that. All right. Goodbye.
What in the dimwit can that even mean?
I don't know, I really feel like we should have buried him.
You know, what if that bluebird is actually the witch?
I think that's very unlikely.
Are we even sure that this witch is real?
Well, I saw it in my naked fever dream.
You saw the witch.
Well, no, I heard about her in my
Aha!
naked fever dream.
I can't think...
I don't know. I had nothing.
You shouldn't always trust everything that you see in dreams, because sometimes I eat too much honey and other sweet fruits, and then like I sort of get real tired and then I black out.
So every night.
Yeah, every night.
Has anyone ever told you that you might have a problem?
But have you ever actually dreamed on those nights
Yeah,
of anything
no.
other than you eating a lot of food?
Well, I mean, sometimes I do other things while I'm eating the food. But sometimes they're just weird things and they're not true when I wake up.
You know what
It's a
I think?
dream.
I think that if we decide to annihilate all of the Dimwood
Why
and
would we
claim
do that?
clearings of our own, I think that you should rename Muckbed Creek to Muckbong Creek, and I think you should live there.
That's really nice, and that's a good idea, I think. But I'm so close to my home, actually. I never really realised how close we were going to be getting.
Where do you live?
I'm from Nookington.
And we haven't been there yet?
No.
I would like to go someday.
Well, not yet, though.
Why don't
have
we just go
business.
there right now?
Well, I'm really close, actually.
We're also, again, really close to New Felicia, and someone in the group promised me a trip.
Oh, we could go there instead of all of this too.
Once all this is said and done, why don't we go visit both places?
Can't we just, like, run the birds out with the things before we give them
You
back?
know, now that we're not
Out of
so
my home.
close to Jericho and his dying, aged body, I just don't feel like it's completely necessary to save his daughter as much as I think it's necessary to turn left
He
at the
was
moon.
responsible
Well.
for giving us the information to collect all these
But,
things.
you know, I do kind of feel like he's a little sketchy. What if the Bluebird is his daughter and we show up and all of a sudden it's like, ha ha, I'm the witch and I was leading you to get these things to me or
Then we'll
something.
vaporize her.
Oh, well.
We don't even know how to use these things.
I am confident when the time comes, we'll know.
You vaporize that tree right there.
I just
Can't
don't.
do it right now in front of everyone. They'll see it.
What he means is he doesn't know how to do it.
That's not true. I know how to
You're
do
walking
it.
through town.
I know how to vaporize a tree, Peggy. How dare you?
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
no,
do.
you don't.
Yes, I
No, you
do.
don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you
Yes, I do.
And then it fades, and then it cuts back in, and they're still arguing.
Yeah, it fades as you're walking through the hills of the farmland, and you see that as you see that the southern border of this, you had to walk past a great number of Marquisate soldiers. They seem to be on high alert as this is the festival time, but this is still a Marquisate clearing, and they are bordering an Erie clearing. So you make your way as you're arguing, but you see that a lot of these soldiers have probably already nicked a few swigs of spiked apple cider. And a few nick a hooch. As they don't really seem to care. They're in a mood. You see that they kind of have some pastries and some fair food already in their packs and ready to go. And they're already talking about like when they can dip out and on their watch and go join the festivities.
I'm making just absolutely crushing puppy dog eyes at everyone that I pass.
They like look at you and they're like, move along. As you make your way through to the town square, as the large pole is dancing around, and you see a number of Marquisate soldiers guarding, but it seemed to be it's a throng of denizens, predominantly mice, but there's also a few other creatures. And you see standing, almost kind of dictating as the band is playing and everyone is dancing, just kind of guiding this party is a tall, thin black cat with a large grin and like shimmering orange eyes. As he is standing on you see what he's standing on is basically just like a wagon filled with huge pumpkins. As he stands on that, and he's wearing relatively, he's just wearing a simple coat and a straw hat, but everyone seems to be doing what he says. When he says to change the song and to change their dances, people are doing exactly what he says. And the revelry is intense. As you look around this town square, what are you doing?
Wait a minute. I just had a thought.
What's that?
I thought this is a Marquisate controlled.
Yes.
How the fuck does the Erie have his daughter here in a Marquisate controlled clearing?
He said that there's sympathizers in the town.
They're loyalists.
There's just a bunch of hidden sons of guns.
How are we supposed to know who's their sympathizer?
We could solve the problem by vaporizing all of them.
Not all the area birds.
Well, I don't want to go in and have the Marquisate killing, wanton slaughter in the inn. I think what we should do is just go in and take care of it ourselves. We have all the power we need.
We just gotta make sure we find her, I suppose, and then try to minimize damage. I mean, that's not really our style. We haven't really been, warmongers and battlers and fighters, and I don't really intend to start now.
No.
Speak for yourself. And I slam my halberd down.
I'm far too hungry to wage war right now.
I haven't killed an evil bird in far too long.
You do realize what they said was probably right, is that they're probably not birds.
Well, we know there's a bluebird. The rest of them might be mice, whatever it is.
But you don't know. You don't have any way to know. They're just people, probably.
We're gonna get our way inside and we'll figure it out.
All right. Then why don't you lead the way? Because there's no way in hell that could possibly go wrong.
Do I smell any pies?
I would say you sniff the air and you smell that there is absolutely the smell of baked goods all around. But you scan the tree line, and something catches your nose. It seems to be like this smell of sweetness that seems to be overpowering everything else, and it's a little tendril of wispy Scooby-Doo scent as it lifts you up and you hover over, and your friends follow you as you see the tall cat that seems to be the prime figure in this town gives you all a wave and a smile, and he tips his hat and says, welcome to Pottsville, friends. As you make your way through the town, you see that there's a number of trees, large trees with the bird housing all around. But you see one that seems to be shaped like a lantern. And there is a sign that has a lantern. In the light is the shape of a bluebird standing on a loaf of bread.
Not a loafer and some bread.
Oh no.
Can I just ask if on the way to the inn, if we could have stopped and resupplied?
I would say you absolutely
could. I would like to spend 2
could.
of my coins to clear my decay.
I would say you stop, and not only you don't even need to go to a shop. There are so many rows and rows of vendors of these. You can get street food to kind of get your energy back.
Right.
There are hardware stores.
I'm going to spend 3 decay to clear my 2 decay and 1 energy, if that's cool.
Yeah, of course you can do that. There's basically anything you could want is all out in these stalls, and
I indulge.
Exactly. You do that, and you see that there is actually a little stand for there's a stand for the Bright Lantern Bakery, and there is a young mouse lad that is that's selling things, but there is no bluebird. As you make your way, and you see that there is a ladder down on the stairs where this lantern shaped building is built into the tree and around it, and you see that there's a ladder to get up that goes to a walkway all the way around, and you see that there is a young mouse woman climbing her way down with a little basket full of bread, and there's kind of this nice earthy smell to it as she climbs her way down and skips her way back to the festival.
Does the ladder that goes up and down appear to be public?
Yes, it does seem to be the entrance for the non-birds to enjoy this bakery and inn.
Got it.
I don't know where to go. There's so many smells.
Oh, this already looks like a bird dwelling.
If we want to go scope it out and we want to take a look at what's going on, that's fine. But if things head south, no pun intended, then we're going to get in trouble real quick.
Here's the thing. We're very lucky we're in a Marquis 8 clearing. We're all very well respected amongst the cats.
That's true.
So if anything goes wrong, we're easy to get outside the inn and start yelling for soldiers.
So then we shouldn't reveal our cards too early then, so to speak.
No, I think we should go in there.
Worst case scenario, we beg for help.
Exactly right. But
I'm good at that.
That's a last-ditch effort if we need to.
We can nuke the entire town.
Well, you would have to know how to do it first.
I know how to do it.
We're not going to nuke the entire town, but we can get the help of the Marquis 8. I just don't think we should bring them in just yet. Because they might kill the daughter, they with Jericho, it's not worth.
Worst case scenario, we beg for help. We yell for gods.
Alright.
They know what we look like. They'll certainly have heard of our exploits and come running for help.
and we'll just act like we're buying pies, and we'll take a look around.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm going to yell for the Marquisate for help. Lead the way, Grubbly.
I'll start climbing up.
What's on nice?
Oh, we're still using names?
What name?
Oh, yeah, well, you're just being mean, aren't you?
No, what are you talking about?
You know
He's
what
just
you
frustrated because he doesn't know how to use these weapons.
I know.
I could consume the soul of every being in this clearing if I wanted to, Peggy, but I don't want to because I'm a nice guy.
No, I really
TM.
hope that you call for help with the same conviction that you lie about knowing how to use these items.
I'm going to take that as a compliment. And I proceed to follow Grubbly towards the ladder.
You make your way up the ladder. Oh, thank you for the host, Ren.
Thanks, Ren. Happy to see you here.
And as you climb your way up, the door opens and you see a bird step out with a number of what look like danishes for breakfast, and it seems to be a wren. And you see that there is he has a backpack with a bunch of tinker's tools, and there's a large clock on his back. And the wren walks out to a landing and he flies away.
I want to, when we see that happen, I want to lean into Grumley's ear and say, and that also means that all of the birds here might not also be sympathizers. Keep that in mind. Squares and rectangles, rectangles and squares.
I don't know what the second part was, but I think I know. Just don't kill everybody if they're birds. Got it.
You open the door, and with a jingle of a bell, they smell as these rows and rows of baked goods on all around you hit your nostrils. It is Hazel. It is heaven for you. They all smell very earthy. There's a strange scent to them that gives it a unique scent to everything else. But you open the door. Not only are there rows and rows of baked goods and a counter. There's a pie case, as well as cakes and danishes and the like. You actually see that there's a full tavern. It seems to be quaint and cozy. You see a spiral staircase going up the shape of this lantern to actually 4 separate floors. This seems to be a pretty large, predominantly bird populated inn, but there is a bar in the back, and you see that there is a large, plump turkey behind it. He's just wiping down the counter.
I thought it was cooked.
Oh, no, he's not. It's a turkey gentleman.
I don't much like turkey.
He's a turkey gentleman, and you see bustling around in a bright white apron with the same logo as on the sign, a bluebird. She is a woman about probably mid-20s. Not very old, but she's bustling about. She is actually walking out from a door in the back with a large tray of freshly baked baked scones that seem to be filled with these delicious nuts and acorns. As she goes to a tray and places it down, puts a little price sign, and she goes back beyond the counter, and she seems to be helping a number of customers. A few mice skitter by, and a young cat child runs by with a large muffin and is giggling to himself as he zips down.
I wonder if they put sea salt on their nuts and berries.
I don't like salty. No, that's not true. I do like salty nuts. That little one has a muffin, and they look so happy. And I don't have any muffins.
Hazel,
and look how sad I am.
We've made some money. You can purchase one using legal tender.
A cat child? You get shit on by chat right now, Mike. Also known as a kitten.
It's a cat child. We're in a world of humanoid animals. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, I left that out of my announcements. Oh, yeah. Viewers, go fuck yourself.
Especially Her1 Can 3 can go fuck himself.
Yeah, well, no, Reed, I don't take that back. Reed can go fuck himself.
Yeah, Reed, yeah. He's our friend IRL to all of our viewers, and yeah, so.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that's true. Not anymore.
He was in the new Player One shot, but we're getting outside here. You have money. We've been paid.
Child.
You can purchase yourself a muffin or whatever the hell that cat child had.
Oh, I think that was... He probably got the best one, and that's why I was so happy.
Why don't you find out and go pick your own best one?
Shall I go try his?
No, you go buy your own.
If you kick a child behind the knees, they fall down and drop what they're holding.
Peggy! That's even below me!
I just want to see.
And I once stole candy from a baby!
Is it good?
No, I felt bad afterwards.
The little kitten seems to be running around the plank, just holding his muffin, eyeing it. He's very happy with it.
Don't do it. Hazel, just purchase yourself a muffin. Hazel, just use your coins to purchase yourself.
I got the best muffin!
Hazel, purchase yourself a acorn ring muffin.
It tastes like Nookington fruits!
You know what you could do? You could try to give the kitten something. I'm sorry, the cat child. You could try to give the cat child something in payment for it.
That's a good idea. Hey, cat child.
You're gonna wait for him to come back around. Yeah, I have muffins!
Okay, come here.
Yeah, okay.
I've heard very dark stories, you see. I come from the woods, and there's a terrible muffin plague about.
Is that why you smell like a dirty old bird?
That's exactly why, you little shit. And there's terrible things coming for you and anybody who eats a muffin of that ilk.
Trick him NP0,
I will
please.
gladly trick you, you little shit. Oh no.
You're the one that smells like a little shit.
I got 2 3s, and what's a trick?
Charm. Oh, no, trick is cunning.
Cunning. Okay, 8.
8, how does that work? Trick an NPC.
Hey, cat child.
They hesitate, they stumble, they overreact. Or you can help.
I'm going to help Hazel, and I'm going to walk over, and I'm going to pretend like I'm going to just take a little bit, because I know Hazel will carry a little bit of dirt, and I'm going to sprinkle it on top. Oh, yeah, I'm really worried. I just put some poison on that.
Okay, that's to 8. Or no, that's to 9. To a 10 will be a complete success if someone else wants to help her.
Shake their confidence.
I want to help, but I haven't thought of a clever way to actually help. So you tried to convince them that the muffins are poison. You tried to actually sprinkle fake poison on the
muffin plague.
Yeah, no, you can't eat that. I had to put the neutralizing poison on there. So if you eat that, you're going to turn into
It's for your own good, you little...
Wait, so we can twist
You'll turn into a vulture.
Use a routine. Use a
We're just
routine.
gonna fucking twist
Yeah.
it.
Because I can't think of anything clever in the RP sense.
Yeah, and you twist it. Yeah, you do that, and so as soon as the poison, the dirt goes on it, and he looks up.
My pupils are fully dilated.
Oh, you smell like a dirty old bird. You must be from the forest. Ah! And he cries, and he sprints off in the direction. You hear him trip and tumble.
I mean, yeah, we just stole from a kid, but you're really mean.
This is not reflective of who we are as people.
He's no, and he tumbles towards the hole where the very dangerous drop, and he catches himself, and he scrambles and very barely climbs down.
As Hazel's watching this, I'm going to stick my tongue out and eat the muffin.
You know, I'm really sorry, but you gotta learn somehow. You can't steal things from other people. It sucks, doesn't it?
I'm going to attack you. What I will do. I reach out and grab Peggy by the throat and shoot the half-chewed stuff into my own mouth. And then I come to, and I didn't really do it.
The muffin frenzy.
You actually give like a good handful of muffin that wasn't saliva.
It was all in her dream.
It was
She was saying she imagines doing it and then like comes to.
Oh my gosh. Peggy almost killed you.
I'm at the front counter. Do you serve hard liquor here? Because I need a lot.
Yeah, you can get some from the, and you see the blue returns to you. It's like, how are you, darling?
Are you a bakery?
Yeah, of course.
Can I buy 2 muffins from you?
That's what I'm here for.
And I'm going to give her the gold for 2 muffins.
Okay.
Here you go. See, that was easier than tricking a kid, huh?
Yeah, thanks.
It's almost as if I suggested that from the start.
It's just so fun.
You can go talk to Mr. Lurky in the back.
Mr. Lurky.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you named the turkey
Lurky the turkey. And I'm gonna make it a double, and I just like walk over to Lurky the turkey.
What's your name?
My name's Belinda.
Hi, Belinda.
Oh, you know, I read a story once about this person named Belinda who was in an inn and got completely torn apart.
That's a terrible story.
That's a horrible story.
Yeah, her last name was Bluebell, which is very close to Bluebird.
Oh, I think her last name was Bluebird.
Oh, maybe it was Bluebird. I thought it was Bluebell. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, but I just thought you should know that.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah, you know me too, but you just never know.
Would you
She
like
was
any?
an innkeeper.
Oh,
Yeah.
did she have a bakery too?
No. If she had, that might have saved a life.
Oh, well, I hope that doesn't happen to me. Well, if you need anything else, darling, just let me know. We got everything, and we got a special sale going on for the Harvest Festival, and our booth is even has the same prices.
What's the sale?
The sale is half off everything.
Half off.
Do you mean we'd pay full price, but we get half of the item?
So it's like half the items free.
No.
Half the price
For a full item or for half of it?
for a full item.
Oh, okay. I thought you might just be cutting things in half and selling them.
Only full items. And Booker goes over, and the turkey pours into double.
And just from the other side of the bin, I'm like,
Oh, I totally get it now.
A little early, but I like that.
bang, another!
I see why he went to the
I guess I'll top off old Mr. Lucky as well.
He likes to fondle waddles, and that
cheers,
turkey's
Mr.
got the
Lucky,
biggest
cheers.
one I've seen.
Keep them coming, Mr. Lucky!
While all this is happening, I want to take out, like, stealthily, I'm going to go into my pack, take out some of Jericho's like, old, disgusting, filthy rags, and sniff them.
Ew.
And see if I can, like, then do that, and see if I can smell something kind of similar.
Wow.
Facing worthless.
I would say, can you give me read a tense situation or trust tense situation, I think.
Ooh,
Oh, what do I add? Cunning. It's a 6.
How cunning are you?
Do you have a twist?
Should I use the last twist?
Well, if we want to make the final sequence more fair, more in Mikey's favor, I suppose. That's up to you.
Fuck it.
Let it ride.
Let's do it.
Right?
Fuck it, do the
Okay.
thing. Fuck it,
Yeah,
do the
fuck it,
thing.
do the
So you get one question.
What makes sense based on
What should I be on the lookout for?
What should I be on the lookout for?
I think that's a great one.
I will say, what should I be on the lookout? You take it. You sniff through the air, and you sniff around, and you walk, and then you get the scent. You catch it. You walk, and you go towards Booker, and you go back around, and you go towards the ladies, and then you go back towards Booker, and you go back around to the lady, and you go back towards Booker, and a few little laps, and then you smell it, and then you walk up, and you get the scent. It's coming from upstairs, the spiral staircase. It's leading you upstairs if you care to go sniff around.
Yes, I would.
Okay.
While this is happening.
While everything's happening,
Yeah.
you sniff around. You make your way to the second floor, the third floor. It goes up to the fourth floor, and then you see down at the end there is a number of rooms all around, and there's a room down at the very end of the hall, not visible from this internal balcony, and it seems to be coming from that room.
Are we with him or did he go by himself?
You can join him if you like. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back down.
I'm still at the bar.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's like I'm not snooping.
Yeah.
So I will come back down, and I will go to everybody. Hey, I think I know where she's being held, or at least where he was being tortured.
We need to be very careful about where and when we start talking about this, Grumley.
Can we have a private chat somewhere?
Maybe not in this establishment, but sure.
Or why don't you just follow me?
Okay, I'll follow you, yeah.
Fair enough.
You can just bring a drink.
Mr. Lucky, to go. I'll be back. Don't worry. I'm coming back.
Okay.
He loves waddles.
Stop it.
Oh, does he?
Slap it, Peggy.
I got a big one.
The biggest I've ever seen.
A real big waddle.
dear, acorns above. No, and I like scamper out.
It did cost a twist, Norse Watch. They are out of their root tea, is what we reflavor. You all managed to find a spot away from prying eyes and ears, and you are able to discuss amongst yourselves as you've gotten a full layout of the land. As you hear the music start to intensify, and it's about midday at this point, and most of the people have rushed towards the town square.
Got it.
What are you all doing?
I will
Grumley, what's going on?
lead everybody up to the door. And before we get too close, say,
It's in that door right there. Why don't we all go up and listen and try to sense what's going on inside?
What's in that door right there?
I smell it. Wherever Jericho is being held, I think it's through that door. I smelled some of his filthy, disgusting, bloody rags. And it led me here.
Why do you have those?
Thank you for sharing.
Because I gave him some spare clothes.
All right, so you think that we can just figure out what we're gonna do? Bust in there like the gangbusters?
Well, everybody's left. It's loud. We're far up. We can be as quiet as we can, but let's at least listen.
And if we get found breaking and entering into someone's chambers, then we can still call for the Marquisate for help, and
Then
they're
we
not gonna
can say, "Oh well, we're
skin us alive."
respected. We are working for the Marquisate."
And what's our
Eerie,
excuse for breaking and entering?
to stop an eerie plot?
Just
All
say
right.
that you're drunk. Oh,
What?
what?
Oh, you're
Hazel,
drunk.
I am
drunk and we're stopping an eerie plot.
Grumley, I am disappointed in both of you.
It would be a wonderful con. You just pretend to be
You're,
drunk.
you're swaying, Booker.
Yeah,
You're swaying.
I happened to have one drink before noon,
You-
and all of a sudden,
You forgot the other couple that she
it's a
had.
party! Look around!
It's
I'm allowed to have
very
one drink.
Quiet hallway. There's nobody.
Oh, sorry. I meant look out the window.
Oh,
There's a party going on.
okay.
So then, Grumley, you're just gonna break down the door then?
Oh, no, let's listen at the door. I'm saying I
I'm
could
gonna
use
lick his
help.
little dog flap ear and like.
What do we all hear?
So
the door.
as Grumley walks up, you hear Belinda's voice call out, do y'all need a room?
Oh, yes, absolutely, we do. We apologize. How much would that be? And I go into my pack to find some gold as I'm trying to let them listen, and I'll intercept her if I can.
Okay. She's kind of walking around, and as soon as you poke your head out around, she stops. And she
I apologize. We were looking, just checking what the accommodations were like. We wanted to procure a room if it was up to standards, if you know what I'm saying.
She looks a little suspicious at you. Make a persuade an NPC roll.
It's an 8.
An 8. Okay. They're not sure, but I think if you probably go down and meet her and distract her and offer extra, she probably just would do that.
I basically, as I see her like walking up to me, I pull out my sack of coins and very, very openly brandish them to be like, "Oh, we're looking to spend money here. We'd be happy to take one of your finer rooms. Please, let's discuss at the front desk.
Let's
please."
discuss business. And she takes it, and she seems to be totally distracted. Her eyes go to the coins. The three of you are up there. Grumley, your ear flap is held up as you listen in. As you listen in, you hear a soft cough. It sounds like the ruffling of feathers beyond the door.
Do we think anyone's in there?
Yeah, because someone's coughing in there.
I think somebody is likely in there.
Are you asking whether there's more than just the coughing person in there?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Oh, I don't know, because I didn't hear anybody but the coughing person.
We should hurry up before Booker gets back with her. The bluebird.
Can somebody pick the lock?
Is it locked?
I'm gonna try the door.
You try, and it is locked.
Don't you have some way to deal with locks easily?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to rack a mechanism or lock.
Recommend.
How does that work?
How do you recommend an ism?
I'm gonna roll for it.
And Booker, you pay her. She kind of bustles off, seemingly have to have been distracted. There is kind of a lingering glance. A 10. A lingering glance on you as you make your way back up. Booker arrives, and Peggy, describe the tools that you're using. You're in order to pick this lock.
I pull a little bobby pin out from under my bonnet, and I open it up, and I stick it in, and with multiple one fingers, I turn it until you hear click, and then with my teeth, I grab another one, and I undo it.
And you...
Peggy, whose bobby pins are those?
Mine now.
You don't have any hair, do you?
No, but I keep them under I lift up my bonnet, and there are like 100 bobby pins that fall out. I collect them whenever I can find them.
And the door, the hammer gets knocked, and the door unlocks, and it almost kind of like open very slightly.
Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna jolt in, close the door, and immediately take off my clothes. Oh man, I'm so exhausted. Oh no, I'm in the wrong room. And see if there's anybody in there but the one person.
You make your way into the room.
I don't know. She became her shtick
You
last
sprint
night,
into
and
the
I'm
room
sad.
as you start undressing, and as soon as you start undressing,
I just don't like frogs with clothes.
You just see a crumpled form on a dirty bed, a bloody wooden chair with broken ropes, a shattered window that is now covered up in a tarp. As you see the feathers of a young female great horned owl, as she seems to be chained to this bed.
I'm gonna open up the door. It's just her. You can come in as I start putting my clothes back on.
Who is... I need a marching order for the order that you go into the door.
I'll go after
I'll
Peggy.
go for... Oh, okay, yeah. So I'll go
Am I even there?
Yeah, you're back. You're back. Yeah.
Then I'll be last, I suppose.
Yes, Lone Guard, this frog has teeth.
So
I want you to picture a big pearly white smile.
Thank you, North Watch.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Another.
All right, I'm on it. All right. And so with this coin, I just want to say, Sam Raimi, we appreciate you watching our stream. Happy birthday.
Thank you, North Watch.
Thank you, North Watch.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Booker, you were making your way up a little delayed, and you got kind of a weird feeling from Belinda, and not just Belinda, but also Mr. Lurky. As soon as you left, and he mentioned his waddle, he went to he left behind the bar and started walking out, and he returned while you were negotiating with Belinda.
Okay.
As you make your way up, you hear the jingle of the bell as your compatriots are almost making their way in. And as you peer down, you see a feathered figure enter the front door. Tall, feathered, missing one eye, as the barn owl steps through, and you have enough time to just barely dart, if you'd like to, up the stairs and get into the room.
With the rest of them?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. If I can do that without being seen, that's absolutely what I would like to do.
And so as you do that, I would like you to make an attempt roguish feats.
That's not my best move. Is it basic?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
It's finesse. Silent death.
No, his name is Titus.
My finesse is a -1, so I got a 5.
A 5. Okay. So,
that's not my.
That's a yikes.
Okay.
That's a fail.
So you sprint your way up, and you get into the door and you slam it, and it echoes through this bakery and tavern. You still hear the music outside. You all see now this room, and you see that there is a table with a leather skin rolled up on this blood-stained table besides this chair. As there is this weak, alive, breathing young great horned owl.
Are you all right? And I'm going to run up to her and try to smash the chains with my weapon.
I'm going to go straight for the leather rolled up thing.
You go straight for the Grumley. You run up, and I say, is there any roll that you would do for that?
I could
kill an NPC roll.
Some crash and bash or whatever.
Let's through scenery.
I would say that with I would say just make a
wreck something. Wreck something.
Yeah, wreck something.
Oh, wreck something.
Wreck
Yeah,
something.
that's,
Make a wreck something attack.
And that's for you. It's a mic.
It's good. Yeah.
Peggy.
9.
You make your way to the
10
leather
to succeed.
leather wrapping.
Can I assist you? Well, I can't because I'm doing something else. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
You pull up the leather wrapping and you basically tons of torture instruments and implements.
Jesus.
Unfurl. And you see that is, you have it now.
Oh, great! I need these.
I'm gonna roll back up and put it in my pouch.
Hey,
All right.
what are those for?
Well, obviously they're for torture, and if anyone runs in here, I'm gonna play the part of the mad doctor who's ready to extract some things from this creature.
I also don't want to alert anybody, but I saw our friend, and I think he may have seen me as well, as I'm not the most stealthy
What the hell
individual.
is Jericho doing in town? We told him to stay at the end. We should have buried him to the neck.
Wrong friend.
Oh, well, you guys are really my only friends.
Hi,
Oh,
Inquisitor.
it's Jean O'Donnell? Oh, shit. Well,
And I'm just like holding the door,
see
like
you?
my hands are on the handle.
Is he following you?
I'm just worried he may have seen me.
So while that,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna peek out the door and see if I see anything.
And what? So how is that?
I rolled a 7, so I'm imprecise and dangerous. I cause collateral damage, attract attention, or end up in a bad spot. GM's choice.
I would say that you smash and smash and smash, and seeing someone, this poor girl, in danger, your emotions overcome you, and you manage to cleave and cleave. All of the chains shatter and rattle. However, it's a loud ruckus, and as soon as you finish, you scoop up this girl outside. Booker, you hear a of talons hitting the railing outside, and then
put it down,
landing-
get under the bed now.
landing onto the floor.
So we're all just trying to hide.
No, put her on the bed, you dumbass. Get
Put her
under
on
the bed.
and I'm gonna dive under the bed.
Okay.
Is there shit?
What do I do?
What else is in
Get
the
under the
room? I
bed.
mean,
Oh,
There
yeah.
is
There's
there's a bed. There is there's a long table. There is a chest in the corner, and you see that there is that chair, and there's a large dresser as well.
I'm gonna hide in the dresser.
Okay.
We all. You can fit more than one person in the
I'm
dresser.
so sorry, I say to the girl, and I just start rubbing her blood all over my stuff and my face, and I put on some glasses that I have in my pack, because I do, and then I unroll the thing next to her, and I just pull out a couple of the instruments, cover them in the blood, and
Okay.
I stand there.
Okay.
Did you say there were curtains?
Yes, there were curtains.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide behind the curtains.
Okay. I would like one of you to make a attempt roguish feat roll to see how well you're stealthing. Whoever's hiding.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
we're all
I'm not
hiding.
hiding, so.
I'm hiding.
I'm not hiding, so.
You gonna do it? Is it a group roll? How do you want to do it? Just what?
I would say one person can choose to roll for.
Who was the highest finesse? Other people who are hiding.
Probably, yeah.
Well,
No,
what
probably
is it?
her. Yeah,
Oh.
mine's a -1.
That's her main stat.
Richness class.
11. So you all dive in. You
Feel
Booker.
better, Ren. Sorry you're
Booker,
feeling poorly.
feel better, Ren. Booker dives into the closet, closes it. Peggy, you're standing there covered in blood as grumbly the bed kind of goes up and then sinks down as you get underneath the frame, and Hazel just slides behind the curtains.
While
I'm gonna make
Yeah.
eye contact with this girl.
Follow my lead, alright? You're terrified of me, got it?
I don't even know if she's unconscious or not, but I say that.
While in hiding, I'm going to have my dagger in both hands.
Okay.
Ready.
Okay. So the door steps, the door handle, you feel it rattle and then turn and open. And you see that, you see who Jericho called Titus. This large, imposing, heavily armed barn owl steps in and looks at you with his one blazing eye as he looks at you.
I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna wipe my face and blood smears across it. What the hell are you doing in this place? Can't you see I'm busy?
Who are you?
Fernie. Mad genius Fernie, and you better get out of here before I got your blood on my hands. And I'm gonna try and look as wild as I possibly can. Torture's not for the weak. Now shut up. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make it look like I'm cutting at her, but I'm not actually.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh god. Why?
Not a trick.
Oh no, that'd be a trick. Yeah, trick.
Which one's trick?
Cunning. That's what you want.
Oh. 7. Yeah, 7.
Success.
7 is...
Choose one.
They hesitate, you shake their confidence or weaken their morale.
He stopped.
Do we want her dead, completely dead, or just rightfully tortured?
He looks like he was going to draw his sword and come to blows very quickly. And as that, he narrows his eye and he steps closer into the room as he's looking all around. As he says, "No, we don't want her dead. Did Belinda not fill you in? Who are you and why is a frog here?"
I told you my name's Fernie, and when you're a wicked genius, the smell of blood incites you with all kinds of ideas. You oftentimes don't fully listen to the specifics.
He steps forward and he eyes you as he walks around
I'm
the
gonna
room.
wipe some blood on my hands. You wanna smell it? It's fresh.
Don't move. And he sniffs the air.
Did I fart?
And
Sometimes I get excited.
he looks around and he steps as he's now kind of hesitating. He's now just hovering his wing
Oh, you're
on
the
his
big
sword.
boy they talk about.
Yes.
I can tell by
Shut
that
up.
cut on your eye.
And he steps. Did you see a raccoon go by?
In this room? No, I've been busy looking at her open wounds.
He looks
But
around.
up until you walked in here, that door didn't open.
He looks at you and then he steps towards the dresser. As he looks around the room. Who are you and why are you here?
I literally told you that 2 times already. Fernie. And I'm here to find the best ways to torture someone.
Did Belinda hire you?
Is that ugly old bluebird downstairs?
Make a trick and NPC roll.
Are we able to, based on
11.
their conversation, hear where they are in the room?
Yes, he is basically in between you and Peggy right now. His back is turned towards you as he's talking to her.
And 11.
And 11.
Why don't you head on downstairs and ask her if you're not sure what I'm saying? I'm a little busy here with my instruments. I've got things to do and I've got someone else to see later.
Well, I'm going to talk to Belinda, but I have soldiers downstairs. And if you are not on her payroll,
I'm busy, friend. Go ask
you're
her.
going to wish that I killed you the second I stepped in.
You haven't seen what I can do.
I hear him step away,
And he
from
steps
the
away
thing.
and he goes towards the door.
As soon as I hear him step away, I kick open the thing with my dagger in hand, and I go right for his kidneys, and I attempt to use the move murder.
Make a murder roll as he is.
This is our first murder roll.
As he is distracted,
use that twist
and
if
has
you
been
need it.
tricked twice.
When I try to murder a vulnerable NPC at intimate range, I roll with cunning. Okay.
With those tricks,
On a hit, your foe dies. On a
he
10
would have
plus,
had his sword drawn and would have been on guard, but because he put his sword away, he is now vulnerable heading towards the door.
So on a 10
Wow.
plus, I remain hidden, or I clear a path for my allies. Your choice. He's fucking dead.
How do you want to do this?
Basically, as Booker, who's someone who's like, basically, I'm like in the cupboard hearing all this happen, and I want to be like, oh, I didn't want it to come to this, but I hear him walking away. I literally kick open the wardrobe, jump out. I look for where would be like his vital organs in his lower
Yep.
back, and I drive the dagger up and in.
So, he's so confused by this Ferdy business, but with the gusto that she had and blood being all over her and just lack of explanation, you get the sense that he's not just like a senseless brute, and he only kills when he has to and he needs to, and he turns. He's completely distracted. The moment he takes a step, Booker, you notice that, and you leap forward, not really even sure what to do, but you look look, and you see an opportunity. He doesn't even have the time. You just see the side of his ruined white eye as you sink the blade deep. It pierces through his kidney up into his heart. He lets out,
and the whole time I'm just
I'm sorry.
blood spits up and coats the side of this room, and his one good eye rolls back, loses focus, and slumps onto the ground. Blood pools out as you have killed Titus.
I'm visibly shaking.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do, so sorry about that weird bluebird girl. We're gonna pull his body into the bed. We're going to, I've got some blue pigment in my pack. We're going to dye him blue, and we're gonna make him look like he has horns or whatever color she is.
Peggy, why are you so calm?
Well, because I'm covered in someone else's blood and I get really calm in moments of horror. Yeah, great job.
No.
So
That was so horrible.
I know. I just was worried.
In one fell swoop. Well done. That's very impressive. Amelia, you're right.
No, okay, I need you all to shut up, okay? Because we gotta do this right now. It doesn't matter whether she's all right. Someone's gonna come looking for him soon. We gotta get him in this bed. We gotta make him look like he's her so we can get her out the window or something and get the hell out of here because we're gonna die otherwise.
What color are they?
She is a kind of a darker brown. He is shades of white and more of like a tawny amber color.
So we're gonna get him real dirty. We're gonna make him look like her. We're gonna make him look like he's got the Horndale features, and then we're gonna cover him in blood and shackle him to this bed.
We better go quick.
I'm gonna clean off my dagger on his clothing because I don't know what else to do with it before I tuck it away. And then I'm gonna try to help Peggy drag his body towards the bed. But I'm shaking very badly.
That was horrible.
I promise I will make you feel better about it later in the best way that I can.
I believe you.
Yeah, I know that's probably for good reason.
I'll help. And as I'm helping, I'm gonna feel around and see if I can steal anything out of his clothing.
You make a attempt roguish feats as you all manage to do
and
this.
We're going to take the clothes off of her and put them on him. And
you
vice
do
versa.
that, and you swap the clothes. You pick up this girl. As soon as she sees you, her eyes kind of flutter open, and she says, "Father," and then she kind of falls back asleep, unconscious.
Good.
And Grumly grabs her. You swap the clothes. You take the corpse of Titus and put on that same kind of grayish, whitish, filthy dress, and put him back. The cover is back on there. Try to arrange the chains so it would look like nothing is very wrong. And you manage to steal 13. Yeah, 13. You pat around. You find a large sack of coin, and you find a rolled up missive. You find a pocket watch, and you find a key.
When you find out he was a good guy.
Right? Holy shit.
His family is in the pocket watch when I open it.
I've been planning this shit for 2 weeks.
You find a key.
I didn't think it was going to happen this way. I managed to jump.
Okay, and so with that, you are easily able to. The window had been broken out. You imagine that's how Jericho got out, and you imagine that his daughter probably wasn't there at the time, as he escaped, and you are all able to escape out of that window with the covered tarp, as you all shimmy down the side of this inn. You're all vagabonds, so it's you can scale your way down with Amelia, and you're very lucky that the direction has been turned towards this festival at the center of town. And as you're leaving, you hear something. And you hear the door open from outside. And you say, "Oh, Titus? No, guess he left. Yeah, well, she's still here." And Slip closes the door as Mr. Lurky apparently was fooled by your trick and walks away. And you shimmy on down. You are now at the edge of the clearing, the great expanse of the verdant farmlands of Pottsfield to one side, and then the looming forest behind you.
That was absolutely brutal what you did back there.
I know.
You did that that.
I know. I was expecting that he was going to walk out and then I was going to yell at you that we all needed to grab her and just go as quick as possible. I never expected you would jump out of the cabinet and just take his life from him in one fell swoop.
Why did you do that?
I didn't see any other options. He was gonna get us all killed.
No, it was well done. You saved everybody's life.
You think so?
Yes, you're a hero.
I'm gonna read
I
the
don't
missive.
feel like a hero.
Yeah, if Hazel showed it to
It
everyone.
gets easier.
Would you have shown us all the missive?
I promise, Booker.
Oh, yeah, I'd probably be like,
I took a bunch of stuff to make it easier to carry him over to the bed, and some of it's pretty good, but here's this piece of paper.
I'm gonna read it.
I don't care for it.
You read the missive, and it was
yourself handy.
Yeah, this is not gonna be good. I'm a saint, and I take care of orphan children, and I'm a good guy.
This
and
girl was beaten by a strange old man that kept saying burden. Oh no.
you have a missive.
Yeah.
It is from the despot Vost,
The Deepot?
the Deepot.
Yeah.
Vost, the vulture that rules the Eyrie, that is ordering Titus to be done with this game. Jericho can no longer help us. We were on the right track. Kill the girl.
Holy shit.
Well, he was planning on killing us, so there's that. But what is this thing about Jericho can no longer help us?
He was there. He was there. The whisperer, the master of secrets, or whatever he called himself. Oh God, I'm unclean.
Maybe they were beating him trying to figure out where we were.
What?
What?
No, she's got a good point. What if they was using him to track us? Or what if they were using him to get us to get all of the things, and now that we have all of the things, he's done his job?
No, I think the point is that because they're all gone, he wasn't useful anymore. They wanted to keep her alive because they thought that he knew where these relics were.
Yeah, is that the first time you've ever killed someone before? Because that's the first time I've ever watched someone die in such a brutal way.
I mean, I killed some of the Skinkertons, but it's because they shot me first, and they deserved it. That guy, I mean, I guess we can make a justification because he was going to kill that poor girl, but
I'm thinking better.
he never even saw it coming.
That was the best
I
part.
split him in two.
Well, I mean, he was still mostly together.
Ugh.
Booker, here's one of my special berries. Eat it. It makes you feel better.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know, I found it in the woods, but it smells pretty good.
I just like put my hand back out and like let it drop to the ground.
Berries!
They bounce a little bit. They're a little dusty. You managed to get them mostly clean, but edible enough for you.
Oh no, not the berry.
It's probably one of the stolen Harry's berries.
So now we just gotta find Jericho.
So I'm holding her in my arms, and I'm just gonna start in a low voice, like Jericho, where are you?
You wander the edge of the clearing, and then eventually you hear the snapping of leaves as the shape of Jericho emerges from the forest.
Is this your daughter?
He looks and he runs over, ignores you, hobbling, and he's, Amelia, my child!
You didn't.
My child!
Be quiet.
You shut your mouth. If you say burden one time, I'll kill you over a body.
She's gonna be okay. She's safe.
And you both have to get the hell out of here now.
My child! And you
Yeah,
see
they
her,
were gonna kill us, so you should get out.
you see her eyes flutter open, and they make eye
Is she like a
contact.
kid or is she like...
She's like a young woman, probably like 23-ish, 22-ish. Yeah, no, she's not a kid. As he grabs her, and he said, my child. Oh, how can I thank you, vagabonds?
You could shut up and just get out of here.
No, wait. What do we do? Do we still have to do the thing that we said?
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta find the harvest moon, and then we gotta take a left.
This isn't over yet.
And we can't do that with you, being all up in our business. So
Get safe.
if you know anything important that we should know about harvest moons or anything else, Otherwise, you just go
The
get
heart
safe.
of darkness.
Can they take refuge with the Marquis and name drop us for safety?
Yeah, why don't you go to
Get
Muckbed
as
Creek?
far away from the area as possible.
No, we should take you to the Marquis right now.
No, I think you should go to Muckbed Creek and you should find one Gene O'Donnell and you should tell him that you met with us and that we are going to pay for your room double if he lets you stay
They
there
can't
safely.
travel like this in this state.
We also have to do this tonight. We don't have time. Harvest the moon.
Where's the nearest field hospital?
I think it's right down the road.
Maybe there's a group of people that get them to New Felicia.
We're gonna take them to the nearest field hospital. We will let them know what's going on inside that inn, and they can all be taken care of by the Marquis. They need to know what's going on under their
I don't want to go that far. I just want to make sure that Jericho and his kid was all right.
You're gonna be all right. Follow me, and I want to take them to the nearest field hospital.
You take them to the nearest field hospital. There's a number of sick people, maybe a lot of people that maybe drank or ate too much. You fill them in.
Thank you, Tasmocan.
Oh, thank you, Tasmocan.
Thank you.
As the mice that are running this with a number of Marquisate cats as well, take them in, and you fill in the constable of this field hospital, and he immediately runs, and he's gonna go get the mayor. He comes back, and you see that familiar black cat with the straw hat. You fill him in on everything that's been happening. And he says, I always knew there was something suspicious. Y'all can... And Jericho promises to give whatever information that they want if they'll offer protection. And he says, well, that is a mighty fine trade. I think I'll be in quite the stand-in here, friends. And they begin to patch both of them up. They each have a bed, and he calls in more soldiers to keep extra watch on them in case there are any more eerie loyalists. They both thank you profusely. The daughter says, I don't know who you are, but you saved me.
Yeah. Booker here committed a murder for you.
We don't have to mention that. Please, just let that go.
He deserved it.
What?
And you say, oh, my child, get some sleep. And she kind of nestles in and goes to
I'm so
sleep.
glad you're okay. You're gonna be safe here.
There's this numbing thing you have to do when you commit a horrendous crime, where you have to keep saying it over and over again until it doesn't make you feel weird anymore.
How many times have you done this?
Oh, I've never killed anyone, but when I was young, I didn't like the term pussycat, so I just kept saying pussy over and over and over again until it didn't make me cringe.
Oh.
Mayor, what's your name?
Thanks.
My name is Methuselah.
Mayor Methuselah.
That sounds like a demon.
Please do what you can to keep these
He
two
looks
safe.
at you and just grins and gives you a wink.
Cool. I like that a lot.
And just let us know if there's anything we can do. We have to go right now, but just please do what you can and we'll be right back.
Well, we're going to be partying all night if you need a bed to sleep in.
All right.
You're always welcome here at Pottsville. I'll see y'all around.
Yeah, we'll see you later. Have fun, devil guy. Bye.
And he walks out. He gives you another wink and a grin as he
I
leaves.
liked him a lot. He seems like the kind of guy that would jump out of a wardrobe and slice someone through the kidneys until they die.
Oh, no.
But he's the mayor of a town, which means it works out well for people.
Maybe you could be mayor someday.
I don't want to be the mayor. I just want a little house on the edge of the clearing where there's water so I can fish. That's all I want. I just want to be done with all this.
Well, we're almost done.
We just have to go to the Harvest Moon and take a left at it.
Let's go to the east.
Oh,
And
no. Why
he
is
said-
my thing going to YouTube all of a sudden?
And Jericho looks at you like,
You have freed me from my burden, and now your burden is yours to bear. I wish you
Say
the
that
best
one
of
more
luck.
time.
Goodbye, vagabonds. Goodbye, heroes.
and he leans
Jericho.
He leans down and he falls asleep. And the nurses attend to him at the field hospital. And you all make your way out to the edge.
Matt, show me where we're headed.
So we're gonna go fucking east. We're gonna
Into the heart of darkness.
I can't click the raccoon. Oh boy.
You had it, I thought. No?
Done it now.
Yeah.
He's getting it.
So
and
get it because we're like 20 feet from my
his
computer.
leg. full of wood.
There you go.
There you go.
We're gonna go roughly there.
We're gonna go roughly
the
there.
darkness.
Oh, boy.
So let's make a woodland travel roll.
That doesn't look like left. Oh no, they're both left.
So with my defender nature, I clear my exhaustion check when I defend someone who cannot defend themselves.
100%.
Threat.
100%.
I also do I get klepto for looting the dead body?
I would say that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. Just make a quick woodland travel roll. And so that is basically, that's decay. As you make your way towards the heart of
I
darkness.
got spare 2.
I will mark a
I
decay.
can.
One,
Let
two,
me look
three,
at
4.
my decay. I could do 2 decay for this.
5, 6, so we're plus 2.
+2. I marked 1,
I think we should do
marked
plus
2.
2.
and you marked 2.
Yes.
Okay.
I marked
Let's
2.
fucking do it.
I think we should not have to fight on our way to fucking... I mean, that's a 6, so what the fuck? That's at least an 8.
So it's
9.
It's a 9.
That's it. We can't add any more to it unless we have a twist of fate.
We do have a twist.
You do.
I think
Let it ride.
I think this is the time to use
Okay.
it.
We do not
That
want
makes
to
it a
get
10.
into a fight on the way.
Exactly.
No.
Right? No fucking way.
Especially because I only have 1
Yep.
exhaustion and 2 decay left.
And
so.
even a 7 to 9 in the forest is still like
Yeah.
bad news.
I agree.
Like, let's
Use it.
just
Thank you,
succeed.
Chad.
Let's
Thank you,
say
Chad, for the routine.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Northwatch.
Northwatch.
Thank you.
We're using
You-
our route T to get there safely.
You make your way through the forest, leaving the pleasant partying and drinking and eating and music behind into darkness and potentially certain doom.
This music doesn't feel like certain doom music, though.
I don't know. This feels
That's the
like,
party.
No, this is like...
I don't feel like
We're
you
heading
just
to our
murdered
destiny.
someone, Mike.
So,
Bucket doesn't want to remember.
you finally, as I switch the music
And
here.
thank you, Tazmuki.
Thank you.
Heart of darkness.
Ooh.
This sounds
So, you leave the partying behind. The festivals, the bluegrass music. As you make your way through the forest, and sun has set, the great harvest moon above you shines down, indifferent to your plight. As the revelry fades away, as you creep through the forest, deeper and deeper into the heart of the Dimwood. As you make your way, you travel for several hours, and the tree cover gets tighter and tighter, denser and denser, until the rays of full moonlight are no longer shining through the canopy. It's dark. As you make your way through, you hear something. As you hear the clashing. Thank you, Her1Can3, for the It's another routine / twist.
Another routine.
You want to keep being our friend.
We'll let Andy do that one.
If you die in
You die in real life.
Yeah, it was Reed this time.
Reed.
From Reed. Thank you, Reed.
My worst enemy.
I thought that we were gonna unfriend him after this.
All right,
thing.
guys.
I guess we can't.
So we got
Wait.
we got a twist of fate, a root T from my good friend Hurricane. Everybody shut the fuck up, because this one goes to my other good friend Sam Raimi, whose happy birthday it is.
Happy birthday!
Congratulations on the success of writing and producing Suck Me to Hell. Suck Me to Hell!
Oh, I love our meta jokes. So, you hear clashing as you feel like you're tired, but you all reach into your packs and you have a kettle of root tea. You all pour yourselves the root tea as you down it and you start sprinting your way as you see through the forest 2 massive bear creatures, humanoid with axes, battling. They're in leathers, and you see a smaller bear besides cheering them on.
Toilet paper stuck to the bottom of its foot.
As you see 3 barbarians in the woods, and 2 of them are battling, and you feel like you could have gotten in the middle of that.
Before we get into what would have happened if we fought the Charmin Bears, can we just say Harry Ball Drop to Sam Raimi, because we haven't said that today.
That's right. That's
Harry,
right.
Harry Ball Drop.
HBD Harry Ball Drop to you, Mr. Raimi.
Someone clip that and send it to him on Twitter.
And remember, don't suck me to hell. Suck you to hell.
I'm sorry, Mike. You can continue.
Thank you, Magpie. Great sponsors.
Thank you for allowing us to do this.
So, the battling and clanging of the barbarians behind you, the forest gets denser and denser. And then you see a tiny ray of moonlight that you've been going for hours after you see the barbarians, that you haven't seen a ray of moonlight in hours. And it shines through and illuminates something that catches your attention. Something in the trees. A bundle of sticks and twigs and wicker, tied in a strange pyramid formation hanging from the woods in this strange, it's not quite a pyramid actually. Mm-hmm. It seems to be a figure. It seems to be like a stick figure made out of wicker and sticks with antlers rising up, almost like a strange doll. Like a wicker doll hanging with antlers rising up. And you continue. As you creep more, and then you see another one, the moonlight shining down.
I think this is proof that there is a witch in here. So whatever you want to say about my naked fever dreams, they're at least coming true, because we made a left at the Harvest Moon, and whatever, they're both elves.
It was just straight. You walked just straight near the forest.
No, you didn't. Shut up, I'm trying to tell a really dark story in this spooky forest, all right? So we walked, and now we're seeing all these wicked dolls, which means there's a witch in this forest. And that was really all I was going to say.
What if there's just somebody who really likes dolls and they hung them up for good tidings?
If they really liked dolls, they would be at their home playing with the dolls, not hanging them up from trees.
But those are pretty creepy, so maybe they made them and they said, oh, I'm really proud of this, but it's also scary, I better go hang it out in the woods.
You're a really strange chipmunk. I'm glad that you're with us, but I really don't get you.
Oh.
But I'm really glad you're with us.
Oh, me too. I'd probably be alone and dead in the woods if I didn't find you guys. And now that I found you guys, I might die alone and dead in the woods.
Well, you won't be alone, you'll be with us, but there will be a witch that kills us.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's horrible.
You
But at
continue to
least
make.
we'll all die without blood on our hands.
Well, Grumley killed like 18 skinkertons, but I don't want to start pointing fingers at this
At
point.
least 18.
But were they facing him at the time?
No, half of them were running away in sheer terror. You should have seen it. He crashed and me trying to bring the whole fucking place down on him.
That's true.
Well, 2 of us will die without blood on our hands.
Clear consciences.
To be
I
fair.
don't know if I would go that far, but
To be fair, she probably bankrupt old what's his face with the berries,
Oh, no.
and now he's gonna die starving in the gutter.
Really,
That's
what
what I'm
I
saying.
did for him was free him.
Oh, and you
from
paralyzed and ruined Phil's life.
who's Phil?
Who's Phil?
My point exactly. He's dead in the dirt. The bones forget.
Well,
Sure.
I feel fine with everything I've done.
Yeah, because at least everybody that I've paralyzed, I've looked them in the eyes when I've done it.
Haha, I forgot you
Arguable.
did that too.
We should be ready for anything. Let's
I'm
just
lying
continue.
about it. I do it from the secretiveness of a bush because I'm a scaredy frog.
I want to smell the air to
I
see
was
if
gonna
I can
say cat, but
smell anything off.
Been around him.
You smell the scent of ancient soil and stone.
ancient
ash.
stone.
Man, that dirt
And
smells.
It's too old dirt.
it's directly ahead of you as you continue to make your way. As the darkness engulfs you and you can barely see a foot in front of you. It almost seems to be like a strange supernatural darkness, and the only thing illuminated are the tiny moonbeams illuminating the strange wicker stags hanging from the trees all around you. What are you doing with the artifacts, the relics?
Mine's in my backpack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be unreasonable for us to maybe use one of them for light?
You don't know how to use one of these.
Mine's not for light, it's for shadow, and if I wanted to, I'd consume all of us in an instant, so don't test me.
Well, whose glows the brightest? Only the heart?
Or the sword.
Or the
It's
sword.
literal flames. We could
Oh,
burn this
yeah.
whole place to the ground if we needed to.
I pull it out.
You pull it
That's
out,
better.
and it is not ignited yet, but you
Oh.
see it glowing with that same orange radiance. and it seems to light up a little bit, piercing the strange darkness.
You have to turn the knob at the bottom.
I thought I use you, and I brandish it, but I don't turn the knob.
It glows and swings through the air.
Oh,
As-
all right, and I'll turn the knob.
As you turn the knob,
If you move it really fast,
It
it's like
ignites.
a one solid piece.
it ignites into flame.
I'd like to
blazes
call it
out,
my lightsaber.
and it swirls around, and you're swinging it around as the flame is catching, and as it's casting shadows all around, you see that it casts a small grove straight ahead, a clearing.
It led our way to a small grove, a clearing straight away in the too old dirt.
It's probably safe. There's no way that's a trap.
Oh no, it's probably most definitely a
As
trap.
it illuminates your path,
I'm
you
so
see the
excited.
ring of the wicker stags all around. And directly ahead of this grove is a mound of earth and soil.
Oh no, I have an irrational fear of mounds.
And at the very center of this, sticking up, is a massive pair of antlers. Seems to be a burial mound.
Oh no.
It's just tomb.
I have an irrational fear of mounds. I can't get
Well,
even.
then
I
stay
can't.
back.
I have a restraining order against all mounds. I can't get within 500 feet of them.
Grumley, what are you going to do? You're not going to unbury him. Let him be.
No,
Let
we're
him
gonna
rest.
find some
Why
way
would
to.
they not bury his antlers too? That seems not very nice.
They might be like decorative antlers.
I'm just a raccoon. I don't know anything about it.
Or it could be
I
that
wanna-
the rest of the skull is buried beneath the mound and we're just seeing the antlers coming out of the top.
Just like you wanted to do with Jericho.
Anyway, I want to walk into the middle of the
Wait.
grove and start.
I wanted to do that because
Looking.
it would make him a ghost. Does that mean he's a ghost? It's a stag ghost.
Well, I did talk to his dead, like something or other. He was naked.
Oh, this is a real ghost. We
Yeah.
shouldn't be here.
Yep, ghosts and witches, and here we are.
You step into the grove as I need a marching order.
I'll go first.
I'm cowering in the back.
I'll go after Romley.
Yeah, I'm right there next to Hazel.
Okay. As both of you creep, you're in the back, as Grumley, as you're all tightly together. I'd like one of you, whoever would like to make read a tense situation roll, please, as you tensely look around.
That is with cunning. I have +3.
Yeah,
You
we
better
can
do it.
that.
Oh no! Oh, 5 and 8.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
An 8. I will just give you this.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, DM. GM.
As you're listening around, as you're walking in the back, as soon as Grumley approaches this mound, you don't hear anything, but you feel a presence directly behind you.
Oh no, guys. I'm not gonna look. But I feel a presence directly behind me. Is it ghosts?
And you see as you turn around, you see a black shape with massive antlers looming,
Whoa.
reaching towards Peggy as you
Is
see.
it a ghost?
Who sees us?
Oh, everyone who turned around
Does it look like a shadow?
Peggy, jump away!
It looks like a real figure as it is looming towards Peggy. As Peggy's sitting in front of it,
I'm gonna use my frog legs to leap towards the mound.
you leap towards the mound, and as you spin around and turn.
Oh, I'm not turning. I'm
Oh.
just leaping straight towards the mound and not looking behind me.
I want to run and get between.
Thank you for the follow,
Thank you for
Twinkie
Twinkie
Sick.
Sick.
Thank you.
As you approach, this figure looms forward and stays at the tree line outside of the grove, and you see that it's the shape, and it seems it's very large, not quite as large as the figure from your dream, Peggy, but feminine and shapely. But there's something off about it. Long arms and strange claws, but they look like cloven hoof end tips.
And it doesn't seem to be able to come into the clearing.
At least it's staying at the back, and then suddenly,
I'm caught between a mound and a weird witch thing. I don't know what to do.
as it seems to skirt, and then suddenly, 2 eyes open. They're narrow and almond shaped, and you hear a feminine voice. Come to the tomb of my lover with his
treasures with my magic, have you? You've brought them to me.
No, if he was your lover, I was naked with him in a weird fever dream, and he doesn't like you very much.
You do not know what you have. Leave them. Leave them with the fallen king. And once you do, I will not devour you.
Devour us? Devour us?
You're not going to do anything.
I reach into my pack and I pull out the banner, and in a moment, in a flash, I flick it out and I almost let it snap, and I say, I'll show you, shadows of the banner, devour her!
You unfurl it and it glows orange, and you scream and you wait. Nothing happens.
Oh, I knew he didn't know how to
And then
use
suddenly,
it.
the shadows.
I was totally expecting Mikey to tell me to go fuck myself.
The shadows shoot out and they sort of slither around this shape as it starts to swirl around, and you see it start to entomb her almost in shadow, and she starts to struggle against it, and the eyes turn towards you, Booker. You do not know what you have.
I know what I have.
Struggling about it. It's like, I will be free soon. You not.
Someone do something quick! I think this would actually work!
I can't. I'm afraid of mounds and ghosts.
I'm gonna run up and try to just swing at her.
Okay,
Use your thing.
He's using the halberd, right?
I'm using the halberd.
You
right
make
now.
an attack.
Put on the necklace and then do it.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you? Use your thing. You're
11.
gonna kill us, you dumb
11.
pug.
So how much wounds?
If it's even gonna work, I will do. I can pick 3. I will suffer little harm. I will frighten my foe, and I will inflict serious harm and use a sharpen. So 3 harm on her.
3 harm? Okay. So you slice in, and as that happens, you attempt to fear, and as you slice in, you feel your halberd make contact with something, but it feels like you're hacking through dirt, through wood, through flesh, long dead and rotting, and it seems to tear in, and suddenly you see a claw shoot out and rend you as you do that, and you take 3 harm and 1 exhaustion.
Holy shit.
3 injury and 1 exhaustion.
It might take little, or
no, well,
okay.
whatever little does.
Okay, so 3 harm, 1 exhaustion.
3 injury and 1 exhaustion.
Okay, so I'll make the injury reduced by 1, and I will take. My plate will take 2. So 3 harm,
Holy crap.
3 injury, so 2, 1. Okay.
Foolish
I'm
dog, you do not know what you have. You will die here licking my feet like you have your whole life.
I tried to tell you to use your thing, Brumley.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna back off.
Put the amulet on.
I'm gonna put the amulet on.
You back off, and you see as you put the amulet on, where you were slashed, there are holes forming in your skin. Just like strange, like a pestilence that is pockmarked. As you're sliced.
You shouldn't have run in there.
And you put the amulet on, and it is glowing orange. What do you do?
I'm going to. Do we know exactly what it's called? What is the relic called?
Heart of the Blazing King, Sword of the Blazing King, Crown of the Blazing King, Banner of the Blazing King. Oh, the Blazing Heart. Apologies. Blazing Heart.
Be blinded by the light of the Blazing King!
And I'm going to try to, activate it somehow.
And you see that as it opens, and you open the little business, and it blasts out, and that burst of strange orange embers shoots out, and she seems to try to move away, but she's able to move around a little bit and still have some agency within the shadow. But then she is bathed, and you see now that the light is shining, and you see what looks like a creature, but long dead, an ancient corpse-like, half wood and dirt and half-rotting flesh, exposed bone, and pockmarked flesh all over with these sickening holes, not just in the flesh, but also in the soil, as you see a long, rotting, half-deer skull of this feminine creature, as she's then bathed in the light, as she seems to move, and then she is blinded, and the eyes close, and she is even now cowering and weakened as you are blazing this at her. And it feels like it's all you can do to continue to shoot this artifact at her.
Oh my gosh, what do we do?
Use your thing, Hazel. Come on.
How to use it?
Neither did they, but they did it. I know you can do it.
Oh, I'm gonna take it and put it on my head and say, heavy is the head that wears the crown, and I hope it breaks your neck. And I'll...
And as the shadows are engulfing her, the blazing light and maddening fire of this amulet are blazing her. You are blasting. You then use it, and then the little intricate knotwork all unfurls, and the crown glows, and you feel a rumbling in the earth as the two massive trees on either side of her lean down and move and smash their massive limbs. She is knocked to the ground, now blinded, entombed, and smashed and pinned to the ground by these massive trees on either side. The forest now is at your command.
There is nothing that I thought I hated more than mounds. My unnatural fear of mounds as I look down at the mound that I'm on. But now I know I hate witches more, and I'm gonna frog leap up with the sword and I'm gonna drive it into her.
That's how you want to do that. You leap forward, the sword blazing.
That's the beauty of
PTA. The sword is blazing as you leap forward, and she screams, just, "No! Without me alive, they will lose their power!" And you shove the, you see her eyes now, she's barely able to open them as her undead, rotting form tries to reach out a claw, but the skull splinters and she immediately ignites into flame with the fire of the blazing heart, and she fully ignites, and you hear just and she screams and burns, and she turns into a blazing pyre as everything entombs her, and as she burns away, she turns into ash. And as soon as the ash settles, the glow around all of the relics fades. The hum dissipates. The fire doesn't ignite. The trees erect themselves. The shadows dissipate. And the darkness in this place is gone. You see the harvest moon up ahead, shining a beaming moonbeam down over the tomb of the Blazing Heart, original king of the Dimwood.
I thought I was going to stab her and then we would be able to fight her, but I guess we all just needed to use the items.
Peggy.
I'm gonna roll
really
my banner up.
I know how much you hate mounds.
I do hate mounds so much.
And I'm gonna take the banner over to the mound that appears to be the burial place and just kind of lay the rolled up banner on the mound.
No, wait a minute.
And I'm going to stick the sword into the mound.
Well, now it's got a sword in it. It's no longer a mound. It's a pile.
I know that this is a pretty weighty thing that we've just done, killing a witch and all that, in the middle of the heart of the darkness on a harvest moon and all that. But supposing that we took these items and sold them now to the Eerie who is chasing us.
No.
Why not?
Because we don't want anyone to know about any of this ever.
That's right.
This needs to die with time itself.
But they're useless now.
It doesn't matter. No one needs to know and no one needs to know about anything that has transpired here tonight.
Oh, yeah, I just want to get back to my workshop and start making my own tinkery toys.
I just want to fish and drink.
You are welcome to fish and drink at my workshop anytime you want.
Thank you, Peggy. I'll cook dinner for us.
Great.
I just want to be done with this.
Yeah, I'm working on a kitchen that's going to have an oven where you can bake pies if you want to.
I can't do that. I've got to go back to my family.
How did we go from just being wandering vagabonds to getting involved with this? And my voice echoes through the dark fucking forest.
Yeah, I know.
We did a great thing today.
No more. No more. We're done.
It's over.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get involved in this kind of stuff ever again.
I'll take the crown off and put it between the antlers that are sticking out.
You do that.
Are there any other? I want to kind of walk around the mound. Are there any places for offerings or anything like that?
You get the sense that where everything was placed, it seems like you could. There's nothing for offerings. You see there's a number of kind of monolithic stones around this burial mound, but you get the sense of just placing it on the mound would be appropriate as an offering.
I will take the blazing part off, and I will say, I'm sorry about the fall of your empire. It seemed quite mighty, but we've at least we've achieved justice for you, and we've slain the foul hag that corrupted your kingdom.
And I'll put the amulet down on the mound.
I take out 4 glasses and a bottle of bourbon. I pour 4 of them. I hand out the glasses to, the mugs to everybody. And I actually pour a little bit on the mound, pour one out for my homie. And I say, we did it. This is it. This is the end. We can all just go home.
You guys want to go to New Felicia and see what's shaking?
I'd like to check it out for sure. There's many places for us to go. But for now, can we drink to our health and our continued survival?
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm gonna put a
Cheers!
little honey in mine.
To the end of hags and to this being a pile and not a mound.
To the Magpie Jamboree.
To the Magpie Jamboree!
You all cheers, and thank you so much for the
Thank you.
Welcome. This is the grand finale of the grand finale of our route campaign. Feel free to drop us a follow for all of our other content. We appreciate that, and thank you so much for the follow and the raid. As soon as you cheers, as soon as the glasses clink together, you hear a voice as a shape shimmers and appears in the moonlight.
Is this the same shape I saw in my naked fever dream?
It seems to be similar, but the voice calls out, and it's the same voice.
Thank you, Phase Slayer. Thank you so much.
Face Slayer and Fork Puff. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Fork Puff, I love that name.
You have freed me. My soul now rests.
Thank you, Northwatch.
Thank you, Northwatch. Another twist. Shades of Blue. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Shades of Blue.
Thank you, Shades of Blue.
So before you do your speech,
we have to.
what I would like to say is, if Northwatch would like to dedicate this one to any campaign they want, would that be reasonable?
Yes.
Because I doubt we're going to need this at this point. So
Campaign of your
Northwatch,
choice.
if you're not a part of our Discord, join it and message Mikey, Nikki, or
say in
whomever
chat
the
if you
DM.
already know. Yeah, tell us in
just
chat.
let us know in chat. Let us know where you want this twist of fate to go. All right.
We never let Mikey finish.
But until then, I just want to let everybody know.
We need it.
Boom! And with that,
I see you.
I want to let everybody know that today is my very good friend Sam Raimi's birthday. So everybody wish Sam Raimi a happy birthday. If you don't know who he is, he's the writer and producer
Thank
and
you,
director.
MSF7 Viper. Thank you.
Welcome. Writer, producer, director of our favorite movie, Suck Me to Hell.
Great.
So
Happy
meta.
birthday, Sam Raimi.
So meta.
Oh boy. Anyway, you were saying, Mike.
I'm not gonna know to cut that out.
You have.
Fuck you, producer Rick.
You have freed me. You have freed my soul.
I thank you, and you see that there is a shimmering. It's no longer a shadow, bound to the darkness in a pair of eyes. You see a large, gleaming stag king holding a sword and a banner and a crown and an amulet around his neck, standing proud and at peace.
My soul can now rest. And my people may have fallen, my kingdom may have fallen, but the Dimwood lives on. I thank you.
And with a shimmer, the shape disappears.
I'll kneel down and
I
put my
don't-
halberd down and just put my head
I
down.
don't want any of you to get really jealous or anything, but that was the guy that was naked with me in my dreams.
Jealous isn't the word that I would use.
Did he have clothes on just now?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a full suit of armor and a sword.
I'll kneel down and I'll say, rest well, King.
Well, I mean, what's next? I mean, we still have to be careful of the Eerie, or otherwise they'll swoop down and take us as prisoners. We have to be careful. I don't necessarily want to just live in New Felicia my whole life. There's plenty of things to see.
Well, luckily we've made good friends with Jean O'Donnell, so I think that if we go to New Felicia, we could probably utilize the otters to get wherever we need to go safely, because we saw what they were willing to do to birds, so.
Touche. Well, what do you plan to do with your newfound time and freedom?
Well, I was planning I'm going to make my workshop a little bigger. I was thinking right now it's only a single story. I could make it triple, maybe double, maybe quadruple stories.
Maybe a little bit more properly defended.
It's resources. And right now, the thing is that it is, the thing about my workshop is that it's difficult to reach and it is poorly defended.
Well,
and I really think it's probably going to stay that way.
I thought maybe make it more well-rounded, but you do what you want. Whatever makes you happy. Hazel, what are you going to do?
Well, it's just that, gosh, I'm so close to home I can almost smell the bumbleberries. And I really have stolen quite a bit on our journey. If I'm keeping track, I have a bunch of booze. a bunch of words.
She has berries and a bunch of rabbit pellets.
3 big coins, a bag of exotic berries, snake oil, keys, a crossbow, a silver pocket watch, an expensive survey equipment, gold nuggets, 3 orange gems, fine whiskey, fine cutlery, silver cups, candlesticks, gold shavings from the Mayor Toad's fountain statue, 5 pies, clam earrings that smell bad, Sherry's berry sandwich board. Oh no, I got rid of that at the inn. A crown relic. Oh no, I just got rid of that. And a fine bathrobe.
Oh, as you finish reading off that list, the moonlight shimmers and changes.
Oh no.
And it forms 4 separate beams around north, south, east, and west of these stones. And you notice that there's...
Oh no, the aliens exist.
There's a strange... something strange about the soil around them.
We're about to be probed.
I start to walk towards the one that's in the west.
You walk towards the one in the west.
But I just approach it.
You approach it, and you look, and as you see... As you approach, the moonlight kind of intensifies, and the ground rumbles, and the stone falls over, and you see a horde of shimmering gems, long lost to time.
Oh my acorns!
Am I seeing that?
I'm gonna hop straight over to the one to the north.
It shakes. You see to the north, you see shimmering blue gems. The west, you went to the one to the west, that was the shimmering red ones.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, blue like in water. I love water.
I'll go south.
South. You make your way south, and you see that and you see these brilliant green gems.
Oh, I like green too.
I want to reach for one.
You reach for one, and you grab it, and in all of your life, you have not seen any. They kind of almost hum with this strange light.
But I'm able to grab it.
You're able to grab it. It does not seem to be magical
I
at all.
begin to shovel them into my backpack.
You do that.
I watch and I start shoveling the blue ones into my bag.
I'm gonna dump out all my shit and start putting gems in.
Booker, with this kind of money, I could actually make my workshop moderately defended.
Don't talk about it, be about it!
Oh, this is great. I'm gonna go back and pay off my debt, and then I'm gonna run the birds out of town.
The other
and
one
then
was
I'm gonna
golden
own my own
gems,
bakery.
like an amber color.
I don't even know what to do with all this.
Crowley, you didn't tell us what you were gonna do. Now the question remains, I have to ask again, Crowley, what are you doing? What are you gonna do with your life?
Well, I want to go back to New Felicia and see if the Marquisate will take me back in.
You could buy a really nice townhouse in New Felicia.
At least a better tabard.
I think you could buy the Marquisate.
Well, at least maybe I don't have to be a deputy no more. And
you could be a constable, maybe.
I don't know the rankings.
I could have some better position. I don't know. I'm happy to see where the wind takes me.
Yeah, I'm gonna get myself home and I'm gonna start working on all the new features.
Well, thank you for sharing what you're all going to do.
Yeah, and you're gonna go fishing.
Me? Well, fishing's on the docket, so to speak. But I mean, there's so much to see. I maybe I'll just see what's west of the Dimwood.
That's a great idea.
Well,
You
why
just
don't
take
we-
a left.
Why
and then
don't we
we'll go
travel
straight
now
there.
that we have all this money? Why don't we go see New Felicia? We can go see Nookington.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do. I thought we were gonna go on a family-friendly vacation now to New Felicia before we decide that we're gonna
There's so
say
much.
bye, Felicia, and head back to our homes.
We've learned that the world is so much bigger than the Dimwood. There's so much more out there. We have the means, the capabilities. We can see it all. We can do it all. And we can, most importantly, not get mixed up in anything like this ever again.
Yeah.
But
I
for
just
now-
want an easy
So the
life.
next time a creepy old bird stumbles out of the woods, we just kill him.
Well, we've done a great deed today, but I don't think I'd like to sleep in the woods tonight. Pottsville is not that far, and there's probably still having a good old time with the
Yeah,
festival.
we should head back and go.
The Marquisate will look out for us if we make it there.
Let's go and enjoy ourselves.
Do you believe in ghosts? Because there's one right behind you!
There's not a ghost behind
No,
him.
I was just joking because of
Very
what
good
just
thinking.
happened,
You
you know?
tricked me.
Thanks.
All right.
So we can head back now?
I'll dust myself off and
I
I'll
don't
say,
know about you guys, but I feel like we really did a good thing here.
I do too.
We kept some really powerful artifacts out of the hands of some people that might have done bad things with them. And we killed a witch, which I don't think a lot of people could say they've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We better get on our way.
And we had a conversation with the Lord of the Forest who's been long dead, which is kind of cool too.
And we freed his soul. We can rest now.
And we can eat better than we've ever eaten in the past, 3 years.
I'm so
true.
ready
That's true.
for fair food, festival food. It's the best food.
I just heard the wind whispering from the north that we might have to make a roll to get out of this forest. And I'm
sure
like
hope
super
not.
tapped out.
You get the sense that no, it's all over. Put your dice down.
That's all the TM prepared for content. We head back to town.
So, all right, let's go, vagabonds.
Wait a minute. I left my staff. I'll be right back.
When I'm gonna go back and see, are the things still sitting there, like the physical things?
They're still sitting there.
Come on, take them all.
Okay, you do that. As you shovel them, it's very difficult. They're very large, so it's very obvious that you have them.
Hey, so
I'm gonna take.
what are you doing?
One of them.
Put it back.
Oh, dang it. All right.
What's wrong with you?
It's in my nature.
No, it's not. There's nothing there for you to eat.
No, it's in my nature.
That sounds like
It's in
justification again, Hazel.
Oh, no. We're going to have to talk again, aren't we?
all right, and then I lecture Hazel on the way back.
You, as you make your way back, the moonlight is shining through the trees a lot more. The darkness has been purged by the harvest moon that's above you. And you make your way out of the woods. You enjoy the revelry of the Harvest Festival in Pottsville. By the next morning, the mayor, Methuselah, has said that he's connected with his
This is not a good name.
with his contacts, and that he's connected with also Viceroy Winkilda, and
I thought she was gonna be the witch.
that you'd be welcome in New Felicia, and you have an escort for you if you cared for it. He sends you on with an escort as well as supplies, as Jericho and his daughter Amelia are safe and happy. You leave them as they recover, and you head north to New Felicia. Your newfound sense of reputation and renown has now, within the Marquisate, has spread far and wide as you are reunited, Grumley, with Sheriff Beatrix. She's heard the word of everything that you've done for the Marquisate throughout your adventures. you are deputized. But she encourages you to continue what you're doing as a forward man for the Marquisate, and to continue your travels as that is how you're most useful.
I won't let you down, Sheriff Beatrix.
You finally get to enjoy and experience the industry and the sheer city of New Felicia as you eventually make your way back down to Erie territory in Nookington, as the amount of treasure and wealth that you have are far more than enough to repay what the angry Erie soldiers had that you had stolen from them. Your family is let free. You reunite and they put you up and they feed you for days until you continue on your way. You make your way back to Wartwaller. Not only has Mayor Boghop been deposed, it seems that with all of his revolutionary talk, none other than Hamilton had been elected the mayor of Wartwaller. Get him! And he had actually established a new bank to compete with the Better Borough Bank and have less brutal practices.
I deposit all of my gems in that bank.
You deposit the gems, and you make your way back to Peggy's workshop, comfortable with more
Now moderately defended.
moderately defended. It has a large number of defenses. As you are all in Peggy's workshop, as you see her working on the schematic for the greatest invention, probably of her whole career yet, a submarine. As she begins to work on her masterpiece, and what better way to explore the world than beneath the waves, out of sight from any faction, on your own.
I'm going to name it the Clam Strip Reuben.
The Clam Strip Reuben.
SS clams.
As you all help Peggy for weeks building the Clam Strip Reuben, Booker, you manage to look around and you find a bit of property where you can drink and gamble at the casino in the nicest part of the clearing. And you probably have a summer home and a winter home, and you start investigating property, and you think you're going to be pretty comfortable. As you finish your invention, you hear that the burgeoning aristocracy and bureaucracy of the Erie has gone south for Vost. He's been deposed after his failures, and he had been replaced with Rue T, the Magpie. And as you all prepare your next voyage and your next adventure, you all pile into the Clamship Reuben, the submarine, the SS Clamship Reuben. And as you all batten down the hatches, you manage to get a few extra hands, because it's more than a 4-person vessel.
Oh boy, here they come.
Oh no.
And
oh yeah, I was planning on partnering with Gino.
3 otters hop in to be your crew. Benny, Rhonda, and Vinny. And as you close the hatch, new waters, your future, you begin your maiden voyage. And that is where we'll end the campaign. I have never said that before.
We finished the campaign.
Mikey, my hat is fucking off to you, my man. Mikey put together a bomb-ass campaign with really a bare minimum beta sort of starter guide, and the flavor that he put into it, I am truly impressed. It was an honor playing in your campaign.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys.
This was awesome.
Bye all. Love you.
Oh, you're stretching.